Welcome, Pewter Report readers, viewers, and listeners to a brand new edition of the Pewter GameDay Show. That's right, it is a game night for your Tampa Bay Buccaneers as they are playing in primetime on Monday Night Football against the Houston Texans. The second road game of the season for the Bucs as they look to go 2-0 and stay undefeated in the first 2 weeks ever since Todd Bowles has become their head coach. Also, the Bucs are rocking their red jerseys this evening. We usually don't see that until later on in the season, but we get to see them in red on prime time. Very excited for this one, so let's get to it. I'm your host, Matt Matera. Joined with me is my co-host of the Pewter GameDay Show, Daniel Morales. Daniel, how are we doing, my man? How are we feeling about Monday Night Football?
I'm excited. Monday Night Football. We know historically the Buccaneers don't do good in primetime games, but I feel a little bit different this time around with the Houston Texans. Versus Buccaneers here. I feel like the Buccaneers it's going to be a tough matchup. I think the Buccaneers are going to come out victorious, start off 2-0.
What are your keys to this game? What are you looking for? What do you think the big storylines are?
Yeah, my keys to the game is going to be the run game. I know the defense for the Houston Texans is pretty good with DeMeco Ryans calling that. But a weakness to me is the interior of that defensive line with Sheldon Rankins, Mari Edwards Jr. They both had in the 40s for their PFF grade against the run defense. So if I'm Josh Broussard, I want Bucky Irving to have a lot of carries up the middle. Maybe you target also Warren Anderson Jr., get him tired throughout the entire game, minimize his effectiveness.
Yeah, definitely a defensive matchup in this one. Texans have one of the best defenses in the league, and certainly the Texans on the offensive side struggling a little bit on the offensive line. Their backup center is starting the game with their starter out. So could be a big day for Vita Vea. And also want to say hello to everybody in the chat right now. Super pumped to have everyone with it. We know it's a little bit of a different time, but as Shaggy says, it's game day, baby. So
here we go. Shaggy, Buckin, Q's 44. All you guys, love to see the support here.
Looks like Bucs are going to kick it off first. So we'll see that Buccaneers defense. And by the way, speaking of defense, congratulations to Levante David as Chase McLaughlin kicks it off. This is his 200th game in the NFL. So what a milestone.
What an accomplishment.
Texas
NFL not for long, but it's been long for
tackles.
Yep.
And Deion Jones makes a tackle, but around the 35, 40-yard line. So already a difference in special teams from a week ago.
Here we go, C.J. Stroud coming out. Remember that first game in 2013, his rookie year, 470 yards, 5 touchdowns. That game came down to the very end. I think the Buccaneers are going to do a better job at controlling C.J. Stroud here, especially with the problems they have on the offensive line.
Nick Chubb in the backfield for Houston at running back. Stroud, certainly the quarterback. Interesting, they got Yaya Diaby and Hassan Reddick on the left side. Reddick drops back in coverage. Stroud looking to the left side. It goes incomplete, looking for Nico Collins. Jamel Dean on the coverage. By the way, shout out to Cincy Kid. Thank you for this $5 super chat. Who says, time for the best Bucs coverage with Matty Diamonds and Daniel Stylen and profiling. Can I get a woo? Woo! Go Bucs. Woo! There you go, Cincy Kid. Thank you for the super chat. Great to hear from you as 2nd and 10 will get going. Stroud is in shotgun on 2nd and 10. Schultz goes in motion. They throw over the middle. Caught just a yard short of the first down. That's Xavier Hutchinson, one of the many Iowa State wide receivers that the Texans have.
Yeah, no, Christian Kirk tonight for the Houston Texans. Remember last year he had the broken collarbone with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Luckily for him, it's not a broken collarbone injury. This time around, it's the hamstring injury that's keeping him out for tonight's game.
Want to see how the Bucs cover all the underneath stuff.
Yeah.
They didn't allow any big plays last week to the Falcons in terms of going deep. Now, Bijan Robinson did shred them a little bit underneath, but we'll see. 3rd and 1, Stroud under center. They look to run it with Chubb. He's short at first.
Yeah, I think he's pretty short there.
That's close. Nice job by the Bucs defense. The Bucs are pointing one way. The Texans are pointing the other. I think the Bucs got the stop. We'll see where the ref places it.
Okay. Yep.
I don't like that spot by the ref. They're already giving a first down for Houston. I'm not exactly sure if that's the type of play you want to challenge this early in the game, but a little bit of a favorable call for the home team.
The Houston Texans do want to get Nick Chubb a lot more involved here. He had 13 carries last week for 60 yards. The Houston Texans, their offensive line, they did good in run blocking, but not necessarily in pass protection for C.J. Stroud. Run again here. Whoa.
Stopped in the backfield. Hassan Reddick. Servatier Dennis cleans it up as well. And a job well done by this Bucs run-stopping defense. 2 plays where the Texans have tried to run the football and not much
right there,
getting
Elijah
out of it.
Yancey being the disruptor there, getting inside. Look at him.
He looked like the Kool-Aid man going through the brick wall, going through those defenders.
2nd and 12 here for the Houston Texans.
Screen. The shotgun. They're looking for a screen. Chubb gets it. He's going to have some room. Zion can't make the tackle. The Texans take advantage of the over-aggressiveness by the Bucs, and that's a first down for Houston. They are in field goal range in Bucs territory.
Yeah.
Once again, a slow start for this Bucs defense, or really the Bucs in general. Patterson out front, too.
Yeah, like I said, they want to get Nick Chubb more involved. 13 carries last week, 60 yards. You want to get him also involved in the receiving game as well. So they're going to target him early and often and give him the ball.
Stroud looking to throw. Goes deep down the field for Collins. Makes the catch. Was he inbounds?
I think he was, Matt. I think he was.
Looks like he is. Houston takes an early 6-0 lead. Nico Collins on the touchdown from Stroud, throwing.
Working against Zion McCollum there. So last week, Nico Collins had 5 targets, 3 receptions, 25 yards. He was non-existent in that game. They made it a point. They want to give him the ball early and often, and you see it right away on this first drive for the Houston Texans. He is a very important piece of this offense, and right away they hit him in the end zone, working on Zion McCollum. Fortunately, touchdown for Texans.
Yeah, just a go route down the field. Yep. Had a step ahead of Zion. And another slow start for the Bucs.
Yeah.
And now we're at the review of, is 1 shin, 2 feet.
Slowing down the game. He's in.
Like they're taking their time.
Yeah. 2 feet. He has possession.
Yeah, he's in.
Yeah.
All right, not ideal. Let me tweet that out.
Not a good start for this Buccaneers defense. Tell us how you guys feel in the chat here. I'm reading. See Carter Fields, Todd Bowes defense, Grace Point, Zion got beat. I think, he did the best he could there, but Nico Collins has had to step on him for that touchdown pass. Kobe Goat Mamba trash.
He's 813 says, what a throw and catch. That's a touchdown.
Yeah.
Got to just tip your cap to CJ and Nico. Yeah, I mean, I think the bigger issue was the screenplay on 2nd down.
Yeah.
You get that big stop on 1st down, but not able to capitalize on it. And, of course, too, that 3rd and short looked like the Bucs got the stop. They did not get the call. We have a $2 super chat from Geist85. Thank you very, very much, who says, going to be a long night. Zion is a bust, overpaid. I mean, I wouldn't say he's a bust. He had a good game last week. The Bucs see a lot in him. He's got to hold on to the damn ball if it comes his way. But
yeah, he says he's working in the jugs machine this week.
Let's remember, the Bucs went down 7-0 early last week, and they were able to come back and regroup, and the defense looked good the rest of the week, or the rest of the game, excuse me. Let's see how they make adjustments. It seems like early on when a team has a script, which usually you script out your first 15 plays, whatever it is, that's hurt the Bucs. But then after that, they've been relatively fine. So let's not freak out just yet.
Not yet. Don't overreact just yet.
Right. And Enoch Glover, thank you for becoming a Pewter Report YouTube channel member.
Awesome.
Very cool
Thank
to
you.
see. By the way, we need to thank each and every one of you, because Pewter Report just
Wow.
recently got over 21,000 subscribers to our YouTube channel, Pewter Report TV. So thank you so much. This would not be possible without each and every one of you. So thank you so much. We love seeing that 21,000. And yeah, now we're moving on to 22,000. But thank you from the bottom of our hearts. It's awesome to see how much this has grown, and it's all because of you. So thank you.
Moving from that Rondé Barber 20K to that Benjamin Morrison 21, and Benjamin Morrison is active today for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's going to get majority of his reps on special teams, and then they're going to get his feet wet a little bit working on defense.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, the corners getting beat doesn't help their cases. It could help Benjamin Morrison's case. The extra point is good. The Texans go up 7-0. That's the Texans' first touchdown of the season, because they did not score a touchdown last week against the Rams. They kicked 3 field goals in that first half.
Jamie Fairbairn, he had all the points for the Houston Texans last week. Just like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they have an inexperienced offensive coordinator with Nick Caley. This is his second game, just like Josh Gozar.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an interesting matchup between Nick Caley versus Todd Bowles, and then on the other side, Josh Gozar versus D'Amico Ryan. So really, they have pretty similar structure here for both teams. It comes down to who can call the better game and also which team can execute better.
I like the positivity from Hustle Jam, who says we winning this game. I like a little positivity.
It's early. I feel confident that the Buccaneers are going to come out of this game with the W, start off 2-0, but it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy by any means.
Dan in Arizona says, who was our corner on that touchdown? It was Zion McCollum. Zion got beat deep on the play, so not ideal, but we'll see how the Bucs respond on their first offensive drive as they kick it deep in the end zone. Take that knee. Yeah, that's a touchback. Tampa Bay will get the ball at the 35 with pretty good field position. You know, it's very interesting now with this new kickoff rule, because if you take the touchback, you essentially need 2 first downs and you're in field goal range. So
yeah, here comes Baker Mayfield on that offense. They want to start off to a whole lot quicker start here this week around than they did last week. And you still have that reshuffled offensive line out there. Tristan Wirfs, he came back to practice this week. Let's see if he comes back next week against the New York Jets, or maybe week 4 against the Philadelphia Eagles, the reigning Super Bowl champions.
And the Bucs go back to their makeshift offensive line. Good thing that Luke Gedeke has returned. He'll be at right tackle. But Ben Bredeson's in at center, Michael Jordan in at guard, and Graham Barton at left tackle. So the Bucs will start in shotgun. Baker looking. He's going to run around and scramble. Looks like Baker has to throw it away, and he does. So
correct move. Nowhere to go with that ball. Pressed it right away.
Good penetration early on from Houston on that interior. And the Texans are way different than the Falcons defense. The Texans like to get home with their front 4.
Yeah.
They only blitzed 14% of the time last week, where the Falcons blitzed a ton against the Bucs. So it's going to be on the offensive line to just kind of win their one-on-one matchups in pass protection. Rachaad White is in the game at running back on this second play. Didn't get a ton of snaps last week, but we'll see. And they handed off.
Picked up. Yep.
They handed off with Rachaad White.
3-4-yard gain here.
Setting up a third down and not a must pass situation, but you're likely to pass on this third down. By the way, we got a super chat from Virgin Boys. Thank you for the $1.99. Says, another season praying the offense can save the day. I mean, you got to be not happy about another opening drive touchdown allowed. But I think the defense will pick up the slack as the season goes along. So 3rd and 6, Baker barking out some calls. You got 3 wide receivers to the right side. Baker throws. It is caught by Mike Evans. That's a first down, Tampa Bay. Mike playing very close to home. Does that celebration once again. He's got a lot of friends and family at this game. He says it might be his last time playing in Houston, which is not that far from Galveston. So good for Mike to get on the board early as Baker takes a hit towards the end of that one as well.
Yeah, the Houston Texans are probably going to want to double team eliminate Mike Evans from this game. Remember last week, Puka Nacua working against Petrie, Jalen Petrie, the nickel corner. He just absolutely ate up in that game. 10 receptions, 130 yards.
Bucs go 12 personnel here. Baker going deep down the field, and it is nearly intercepted by Al-Shaair. A poor throw from Baker, underthrown, and several players in coverage. Baker gets lucky with that one. That should have been a turnover. Looking for a Buca.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield, if you look at his numbers from last year, top 2, top 5 in almost all the important categories, but interceptions were a problem for him. 16 interceptions. He had maybe 3 balls you can say were pick-worthy last week, and right away started off with this first drive, another possible pick there, but luckily for the Buccaneers, no pick.
Baker, they got pony package going on with Bucky and Rashad in the game. Baker slings it over the middle, caught by Cade Otton, who takes a shot, but that is a first down. That's Cade Otton's first reception of the season after going with no catches last week, but another first down for Tampa Bay, and they're knocking on the door.
Big hit. Range. He took 2 and he held onto the ball there. Remember that 2023 game, 2 touchdowns for Cade Otton. It looked like in the fourth quarter he had the game-winning touchdown, but then the Houston Texans go down the field, and they're able to get more points. So, he had a great game, but wasn't able to close out. This defense wasn't able to close it out for him. There's Bucky Irving.
Bucky with a run to the right side, gets that second level. Good blocking up front. The second rushing attempt by the Bucs in this game, and the first attempt for Bucky Irving. Interesting game plan for the Bucs early on. They came out throwing it a ton, but have found some success on the ground with that play.
Yeah, I want to see more quick passes this week, more screens by Josh Broussard, more motion, just all those things. And then also the running game. If you can get the running game going, you can play off, play action, all that, boots out, rolling out, all that stuff plays off the run game. So I want to see the Buccaneers be able to have success in that category.
Sean Tucker in the backfield. Bucs go play action. Baker's going to step up, and he's going to he's going to throw. It's caught by his Oklahoma teammate, Sterling Shepard. Nice play by Baker.
Boomer.
I personally feel that he is the best when he is on the run and throwing. It looked like he was going to take it, but then opts for the pass to Shepard and another Bucs first down. So a nice job by the Bucs responding after going down 7-0 there. Definitely well within field goal range now for Chase McLaughlin, but they have ideas of 6, not 3.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield gets a lot of respect from the opposing teams. Last week, Jeff Ulbrich called him, a borderline elite quarterback. This week, D'Amico Ryan's head coach called him a great, phenomenal player, a great arm. He called him also a squirrel. Ooh.
Baker towards the end zone. It's caught by Evans. They throw a flag. It looks like they might get Evans for offensive pass interference. We shall see. Yep, they're already calling it. Mike does get those calls sometimes of offensive pass interference.
Yeah,
he's pretty physical. There. Him against Stingley, we'll get that matchup a lot. He extended the arms, which is the problem.
Yeah. But that's going to be a great matchup to watch all night. This defensive backfield for the Houston Texans, if you combine the outside 2 corners and the 2 safeties last year, all combined their interceptions. They had 19 interceptions last year. Insane. This is a ball hawking secondary who plays really tight coverage.
The problem, too, on that play, Daniel, is that, Baker went to the outside shoulder of Mike. I feel like Mike, if he didn't push off, he still would have been able to make the play. Now, obviously, Stingley kind of, hunched forward after the push, but tough spot. Now the Bucs have 1st and 20. And they're going to do a draw play to Bucky Irving, who goes to the outside. Bucs got a lot of this penalty yardage back, setting up a 2nd and 9. Well done by Bucky Irving, who has come out of the races looking pretty good running that ball.
And what did our very own Scott Reynolds say in the pregame show? You want to see some draws out of this Buccaneers offense.
Yes.
And there you go. Bucky Irving with the first down there. Oh, wait. No, 2nd 10.
2nd and 10.
Big game.
Yeah. Yeah, credit to Luke Gedeke playing in this game. Bucs will go shotgun on 2nd and 10 with Bucky in the backfield. You have Otton to your left. Emeka Buka goes in motion. Baker looking to his right. Pauses. Throws to the end zone. Touchdown!
Ryan Miller.
Ryan Miller put it on the board. The Bucs make it 7-6 with a chance to tie it up with an extra point. Let's play that video, folks. And you wonder why Ryan Miller is playing and not Tez Johnson. Remember, he built chemistry last season with Baker Mayfield, especially when Mike Evans and Chris Godwin and Jalen McMillan were both out. Miller comes up big with the touchdown. The extra point by Chase Money McLaughlin is good. And we got a tie game at 7-7, folks.
Tie ball game. Last time these two teams faced each other, it was a shootout. It's going to be a shootout this week, Matt. Got to see.
What an answer by the Bucs offense, going straight down the field against a really good defense.
Brian S., huge answer by the Bucs. Yes, that is correct. Tim Burton, what a name. Tez not doing that. IFG Miller. We got not Will. Matt, sorry for deserting you, but I did take the over.
Hey, that's fine. Listen, I put my picks out. Everyone is welcome to ride with me and tail, or if you think I'm wrong, just fade me. So,
Michael Wags, let's go Ryan Miller for goat emoji. I think it's a little premature to call him the greatest of all time, but I get the humor here.
Bart Harley Jarvis, thanks for the $2 super chat, says a Ryan Miller touchdown in this economy. Hey, he's a good special teams player, and the Bucs are going to sub in and out a bunch of their wide receivers after Mike Evans and Emeka Egbuka. So you'll see some Sterling Shepard, who had an important catch for a first down. You'll see Ryan Miller in there as well. Cameron Johnson got a couple of snaps too. We're seeing early on the Bucs have substituted a lot of their players. We saw all three running backs on that first drive.
Yeah.
Last week, Sean Tucker had one rushing attempt. Rachaad White had 2 rushing attempts. There was a lot more of a rotation this week, and we'll see with the health of players and stuff like that. But Bucs have contributors everywhere, and Ryan Miller at wide receiver is just another example of it.
Yeah, Liam Cohen didn't like using more than two running backs. He felt like that was too much of a headache to do. We see Josh Broussard using all 3 in that first drive. Really good to see there. Buccaneers cap it off with a touchdown, 20-yard reception to Ryan Miller, the converted tight end to wide receiver. Good to see there.
Richard Taroka says, is that Miller's second Monday Night Football touchdown? First the Chiefs? Yeah, I think that is true. I mean, he certainly had that touchdown last season on Monday Night Football. I'm actually going to tweet that out. Ryan Miller is Mr. Monday Night.
See you guys here. Grace Point, Miller time. Louis, my guy, Louis. That's how you respond. That is how you respond there.
Yeah.
There we go. LFG. Monday Night Prime Time Heroes. Ryan Miller, Louis again.
Monday Night Miller.
Tucker blocked well. Yeah, he did have a good block there.
That's what we got to call him. Monday Night Miller.
Monday Night Miller.
Talking Trash with a good comment says, remember the first drive on defense last week, y'all. They will lock in tonight just like last week. Yeah, I think so. I mean, you got to give the Bucs maybe not the benefit of the doubt, but you got to give them a chance to, kind of right the wrongs and correct their mistakes. So Texans will take the kickoff around the 10. Missed tackle there. Looked like Merriweather. Deion Jones, once again, making the tackle, but not exactly at the spot where you would like him to. Not as good as a return as the first one, but certainly Bucs need to clean that up just a little bit more. By the way, after the Pewter GameDay Show, we will have a Pewter post-game show, myself and Scott Reynolds, recapping everything that went on in this Bucs versus Texans game. That'll be on, again, it depends on when the game ends and when we hear from Todd Bowles and Baker Mayfield and company, but we're planning for around anywhere from 10:30 to 11 as Stroud goes play action. He's going to run. A flag is thrown on the play. It looks like the Bucs will finally get a call.
Hassan Reddick talked about it this week. CJ Stroud can extend plays with his legs or with his arm, so you got to make sure you contain him and control him there. Let's see what this flag is.
Holding on the Bucs.
Yep, on Hassan Reddick, 5-yard penalty.
Interesting. I guess because, Collins is
the wrap around, Anika.
Only 5 yards, though. 6:50 to go in the first quarter. We have a tie game between the Bucs and Texans, all tied up at 7. Here's a run by Chubb. Jamel Dean in on the tackle.
Jamel Dean, who our very own Josh Capo broke the news. He accepted a $8 million pay cut, dropping down from $12.5 million this year to $4.25. That's going to be his base, and with playtime incentives to move up to a max of $5 million. And I think that's kudos to Jason Light, this entire front office. You ask the guy to take a pay cut, and he's willing to do it instead of being traded to another team. He doesn't want to learn, like he said, he had a funny quote, he doesn't want to learn a new team, a new city, a new defense.
I respect it.
Yeah.
And part of the deal, too, is that he gets to become a free agent after this season.
Exactly.
Stroud dumps it off to Chubb, makes the catch. Dennis completely misses Chubb, and he's inside the 20. Another tough defensive rep for Servassier Dennis. Not really sure what angle he saw there, but he was chasing Nick Chubb. He wasn't going after him.
Yeah, CJ Stroud really excels in all this underneath stuff. You saw Elijah Cansey there, who I want to see him step up this year. He has goals to be the highest sack production guy on this team. You got to get to the quarterback, but almost got his hands up in the weight of the ball and was batting down that ball for the Buccaneers. But huge game for the Houston Texans, bad for this Buccaneers defense.
By the way, thank you to Hustle Jam 32 for this $1 super chat. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Hustle Jam.
Now, big run by Houston. About a 6-7 yard gain. Chubb getting the job done on the ground. And Bart Harley Jarvis with a $2 super chat. Thank you. Says another Sean Hockley special. Not happy about that holding penalty on Hassan Reddick. A lot of issues for the Bucs defense early in this game. Just not getting the job done. They were doing pretty good early on stopping the run, but Texans have pretty much dominated with whatever they wanted to do. As Chubb gets the first down, it will be 1st and goal for Houston. But there is a flag on the play. Yes. Will the Bucs finally get a call?
Holding on offense for the Houston Texans.
There you go.
Titus Howard there, number 71, right tackle for the Houston Texans. Now, again, they want to give Nick Chubb the ball more. They want to get him more involved. But the good thing is for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Buccaneers communication team put this out this week. They have been, since 2019, number 1 in rushing yards allowed, like the best team in the league against the run, rushing yards per carry, rushing yards per game, all those aspects, all those metrics. So I want to see the Buccaneers repeat that here and make sure they stop Nick Chubb in this running game, whichever running back they have out there for the Houston Texans.
2nd and 12 for Houston. 4:18 to go in the first quarter. Very eventful first quarter. Stroud takes the shotgun snap, throws. It is caught, but for a short gain. Jacob Parrish, that's a former Buccaneer Super Bowl champion, Justin Watson, who went on to win a couple of Super Bowls with the Chiefs as well. He makes the catch. It'll be 3rd and 9. So good opportunity for the Bucs to get their first 3rd down stop of the game.
Matt, if you saw, there were also Elijah Cansey again getting really close to CJ Stroud. Great pressure from him tonight. He's been doing a good job so far these first 2 drives.
Elijah Cansey playing like his hair is on fire. All right, 3rd and 9. Let's see if the Bucs bring a blitz. They do not. Stroud has time, throws towards the end zone. Incomplete. Was looking for Watson again. Jamel Dean, his former teammate, on the coverage. The Bucs will force a field goal. So today's day and age, you can survive with field goals. We'll see if the Texans regain the lead.
Good coverage there, going step by step by Jamel Dean. Just an overthrow by CJ Stroud. Can't connect with Justin Watson. That is very good for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now let's see if they can make this field goal. If they do, it'll be 10-7.
Taimi Fairbairn with the opportunity. 35 yards away. Kick is up, and it is good. The Texans regain the lead 10-7. There's been a score on each drive that a team's had the ball. So Texans regain the lead 10-7. We'll see Baker and the Bucs on this next drive. But Bucs fans, let us know how you're feeling about this game. Actually, we have another super chat to get to real quick about Servassier Dennis. A couple of super chats have come in. Geist85, thanks for the $2 super chat, says, Dennis is definitely a bust, talking about Servassier Dennis. It didn't look good on that last drive. There's no doubt about it. And he had some struggles in the first game as well, but then cleaned it up in the second half of that game against Atlanta. So there's no doubt if Servais St. Dennis continues to play like he has in the first two drives, the Bucs will have to consider finding another inside linebacker. But we also have to factor in it's just the first quarter. There's still 3 other quarters to go. If he was able to redeem himself last week, he's going to have the opportunity to do so again. So keep that in mind, but I understand the disappointment.
Yeah, 3 or 4 plays last week overshadowed his overall performance. He had an up and down roller coaster game, but I think he had more positive than he did negative.
Michael Perkins, thanks for the $4.99, says our offense still looks good with Grizzard, but we're still in the same boat as with Cohen. Bulls defense has sucked for almost 2 years by this point. So, again, last week did not start out good, but then the defense really put it together the rest of the game. And they allowed the touchdown late, but they really put it together for the most part. I think if the Bucs allow 20 points per game defensively, they should still win a majority of their games based on what the offense has done. They need to find ways to take the ball away. They didn't have any turnovers last week. Yep. And, that was an issue for them last season. That's one of the biggest things. If you're going to allow some yards, you got to make some splash plays. And Hassan Reddick had a splash play last week, but, that was about it for that group. Virgin Boys, thanks for the $1.99, says, Yaya just doesn't have it. Sad to say, but true. So he had a sack last week, but it was negated by a penalty by Jamel Dean. But I think what we're learning is Yaya Diaby, he's not a premier number 1 edge rusher. Yeah. He's better set as a outside linebacker too. And that's fine. He wasn't a day 1 pick or anything like that. So you'd like to see more from Yaya, and we'll find out if he can bring it. Geis85, thanks for the $2 super chat, says, when do they replace Dennis? He cannot cover. Well, you have Booker T's at the game. That's cool. Shout out. Can you dig it?
Being a Rooney.
You have Deion Jones. He's more of a third down guy. Then you got Nick Jackson. Cameron Johnson returning this one. Oh my God, he got drilled.
Was that EJ Speed?
Yeah.
Wow. He held on to the ball at least.
You're right. And then Dominic Henry, thanks for the $1.99 chat. Says, this whole D-line is no pressure. Dennis, 1 play.
Well, Kalijah Canty has got some good pressures. Just hasn't been able to get to the quarterback yet. As far as Dennis goes, I would say give him a little bit more time. The area where we know he excels in is pass coverage, but we haven't seen it these first 2 weeks yet. So just give him more time. I would say, remember, he's been with the Buccaneers for a few years now, but he's been often injured. Last year he had the shoulder injury, hasn't had too many live reps. So I would say give him a bit of time. Let's see how he progresses before we decide to call him a bust.
Baker takes a shotgun snap on first down, looking for Evans. It is caught. A little game of pitch and catch for about a 6-7 yard gain. That is Evans' second catch of the game. With 3 minutes to go in the first quarter, Bucs trail 10-7.
Yeah, working against Derek Stingley Jr. That's going to be a fun matchup all night long. And Mike Evans, like Josh Grizzard said, this week he dictates coverage. And Emeka Buka last week for that game winner, he was able to call his shot there and get the touchdown, his second reception, his second career touchdown reception for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What a debut. Here he comes in motion.
Buka has not gotten the ball yet. A little bit of a botched snap, but able to get the ball to Bucky. Did Bucky trip on an alignment or something? Because it looked like he was about to break it to the second level, but then kind of falls short 2 yards out from the first down marker. Yeah, I thought Bucky was full steam ahead on that one. But
real quick here, Luka Decky on the sideline with the trainers. We know he's been out. He was out 2 days with the foot injury. He looks frustrated right now. The sideline.
Yeah, Luke Decky not in the game at the moment. That means Charlie Heck.
Yeah,
is your right tackle. Yeah, and he's in there. Charlie Heck over on the right side. That's tough sledding for Tampa Bay. He's going up against Neil Hunter on this one. Baker throws. It's caught by Ibuka. That's a first down. So I think we're seeing now with Gedeke not in the game is the Bucs are going to short, quick throws to move the ball down the field and not put Charlie Heck in these situations where he has to block for a very long time. It was a quick throw to Mike on first down, then a run, and then a quick throw to Emeka Ibuka as the camera still showing Luke Gedeke looks to be in pain, looks to be hobbling around a little bit. So the makeshift
I don't think he's
offensive
gonna
line
come back.
continues for Tampa Bay.
And Charlie Heck, a big guy, 6'8", 311 pounds, but he doesn't use his, if you watch his film, there's a reason why he's been, bounced around the league. He doesn't use his core strength. He doesn't really have that core strength. I've seen him get thrown over by guys, kind of like what Khalil Mack did to Tristan Wirfs a few years ago. There's a reason why they decided not to put him out there last week, but they have no choice here tonight.
Right. You're not going to go with Ben Chikuma in this situation.
No, definitely not.
Over Charlie Heck. So, but a good run by Bucky Irving on first down. They'll keep him in the game. And Bucs got to change on the fly with this Gedeke news. Baker takes the snap.
Yeah.
Oh, Baker, the ball got knocked in the air, completed to himself. That's a reception for Baker Mayfield. However, it probably would have been better if he just knocked it down because that's a loss of several yards. However, there is a flag on the play as well.
There's a flag in the secondary here. Let's see what exactly it is. But yeah, tip pass there. He caught it himself. Saved the day. But yeah, maybe it would have been better if he didn't.
It's one of those, like, you would rather catch it than have the defensive tackle of the Texans catch it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, illegal use of hands to the face by Derek Stingley. So that's going to be a first down for the Bucs.
Those hands underneath the throat of Mike
Evans. Did a Austin Powers judo chop on Mike Evans there. Grabbing the jersey as well. Maybe a little bit of a makeup call for that pass interference.
Derek Stingley, $30 million man. You see that Zion McCollum $16 million deal, and they're paying you. He's one of the better corners in the league, so that's a contract that's fitting.
Baker looking, throws over the middle, caught by Bucky Irving. And he's going to get tackled at the 50, but a solid gain on first down. It's clear the Bucs have changed up their game plan a little bit now with Charlie Heck in the game and Luke Gedeke out, but it's working to their advantage. It's short, methodical throws, but they're moving the ball down the field. That's going to be it for the first quarter. Bucs trail 10-7, but they are driving in a very, very entertaining first quarter.
Tell us, guys, how you're feeling in the chat right now. Tied ball game, 7-7. Tell us. Let's see.
And let me tweet out something real quick, then we'll get to some comments by everybody. But, Daniel, give me your thoughts on what you saw in the first quarter.
Yeah, my Bucky Irving, they're getting him involved here. I want to see him get more and more involved. I know he's just a rookie last year, but vintage Bucky Irving where he's dominating the game at times. But what has me really concerned is that right tackle, Luke going down, Charlie Heck going in. Again, there's a reason why they decided not to put Charlie Heck out there last week. And that, like you said, it changes the whole game plan for Josh Broussard in this offense.
So after one quarter, Baker Mayfield had that one bad throw that should have been picked, but he is 7 of 9 for 71 yards and a touchdown. Bucs doing pretty well on the ground. Bucky Irving, 4 attempts for 23 yards, averaging 5.8 yards per attempt. Rachaad White had 1 rushing attempt, actually the first of the game. He went for 4 yards. Ryan Miller is your leader in receiving yards. He has 1 catch for 20, and of course that touchdown. Sterling Shepard, 1 for 15. Mike Evans, 2 catches for 14 yards. Cade Otton, 1 for 12. Bucky Irving, 1 for 7. And Ibuka, 1 for 3, but it was for a first down. Deion Jones leading the Bucs with 2 tackles. He's actually tied with Jamel Dean, Zion McCollum, and Tyke Smith as well. CJ Stroud, just like Baker's, also, actually, that's not true. He's 5 of 7, 105 yards and a touchdown. Nick Chubb, only 3 for 7 yards. The Bucs doing a good job stopping the run. However, it's been the passing game that has hurt them a little bit. Woody Marks, 1 catch for 37 yards, and Nico Collins, 1 for 29. Chubb, a big play on that swing pass, 1 for 27. So there's your updated stats as we get ready for the second quarter. Cecil says, I'd rather put in Ben Chikuma over Charlie Heck. So interesting there. I just feel like Heck has game experience. He's done it before. Chikuma has never been in an environment like this.
He's a very raw talent. I don't think you want to put him in a Monday Night Football game against two premier edge rushers with Hunter and Will Anderson Jr.
Tampa Reality says this secondary is extremely concerning.
All right, Buccaneers back out here on offense.
Yep, 2nd and 3 on this first play of the second quarter. Bucs are going to run it with Bucky, who gets the first down and a little bit more. The Bucs have found something in this run game, specifically right up the middle. It seems like when they've gone in between Bredesen at center and Cody Melk at right guard, they've really have gotten the job done there. So we'll see if the Bucs continue to rely on that with the new outlook of the game.
Yeah, this Texan defense really good, but one of the weaknesses, I would say, is that interior defensive line, like we talked about at the beginning of the show.
Yes.
And they're exploiting that right now. So I would, if I'm Josh Brazard, I continue to give Bucky Irving the ball up the middle. Quick pass though here.
Baker in shotgun throws it to Bucky. He's out in space. He makes one defender miss and picks up a solid 5-6 yards. So Bucky balling out so far. Yet another completion for Baker Mayfield in this game. I had over 20.5 completions, just kind of thinking they want to get him in rhythm and, have him be efficient. And so far it's working. We'll get to a couple of super chats after this play as well. Shaggy, I see you in the comments. We'll get to you after this one. Baker, Bucky talking.
Again, up the middle run for Bucky Irving. They're
More
exploiting that
success.
weakness.
Heck tries to push him forward for the first down. It'll either looks like it's going to be 3rd and an inch, but nice job by the Bucs getting the
Tampa
ground
Bay
game
beast.
going.
Bucky.
Yeah.
Give him
Shaggy.
the ball. Yeah, let's feed him.
Shaggy, thank you for the $5 super chat. Says, if Luke is out long-term, Trist him comes back at right tackle. That's an interesting question.
Oh, that would be very interesting.
I don't think so. I think you keep Tristan at left. Now, I guess the question is, do you put Graham Barton at right tackle and keep Bredesen? Will be something to think of.
Yeah.
Bucs go shotgun on 3rd and 1. Baker's going to throw. He steps up. He goes to the outside, and he just gets the first down.
What
Baker outstretched. Will Anderson, I don't know why you're celebrating, buddy. That's a first down.
That's a first down. And again, D'Amico Ryans called him a squirrel because how he can escape from the pocket, make those big plays. He's kind of like Houdini out there, just able to find a way to get the first down, get it with his legs there, extends his hands out, gets the first down.
Interesting situation because Evans tried to find a spot in the zone, and the defender had to decide whether to commit to going after Baker or stay with Evans. He stayed with Evans and give Baker just enough room for the first down. They fake the pitch to Bucky. They go to Ibuka, who makes the catch, gets a couple of yards. There is a flag on the play, however.
Let's see if this is on the Houston Texans defense. They keep showing Daniil Hunter. Let's see who this is on.
An eligible player downfield that's on the Bucs. Sometimes they run into that issue when you run a screen play, the offensive lineman gets out there a little bit too quickly. So tough one for Tampa Bay.
Cody Mount, the only original starter out there now for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They were able to avoid the injury bug for the most part last year on this offensive line. But they're reshuffling. Everybody's moved around. And luckily, Graham Barton has played left tackle at Duke, so it's not a big new experience for him.
And Bredesen played center when he was on the Giants. So, yeah, for sure. Rachaad White goes all the way out wide to the left. Bucs are in trips on the right side, including Cade Otton. Baker throws down the field a little too wide for Mike. There is a penalty, though. Refs like to make it about themselves. Especially in prime time, especially with the hockey league.
Offsides, Will Anderson Jr. here.
All right, so back to the basics. Yeah, he did jump for a second.
Yep.
I don't know if that was enough for offsides, but hey, Bucs will take it.
And works in favor for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Man, that's going to be a matchup to watch. Charlie Heck, how does he hold up against Will Anderson Jr. or Daniil Hunter, who's ever lining up against him? I feel comfortable Graham Barr in a left tackle. With that
Yo,
right
for
tackle.
sure. It looked great last week, holding up right now. Interesting setup. You got Kate Otten in the backfield. It's like a fullback. Ibuka goes in motion, and Rashad White gets the handoff. And White bullies his way for about 6 to 7 yards. Looks like they pulled Charlie Heck on that play as well, going from the right side to the left side. As ESPN gives a shout out to the Bucs offensive line.
Yep, again, up the middle here, up the middle run. Good, what is that, 5-6 yard gain for Rashad White. Again, exploiting that interior of this defensive line for the Houston Texans, one of the only weaknesses for that defense.
Champa Bay Beast says, every hockey league game is like this guy loves his own boys. Yeah, unfortunate, but true. Pop pass to Ibuka. He's got room and a first down.
First down.
Nicely done. That will technically count as a reception, so that's Ibuka's second catch of the game. Remember, the other screen was negated. And that
They've been moving him around in motion back and forth, and they finally pays off. The little pop pass to him. He gets the first down.
Really liking this game plan by the Bucs. They're not putting Charlie Heck in harm's way. They're not having Baker, stand in the pocket for a very long time. And when the ground game is working like it has, Bucs they're about to churn out 5 minutes of offensive possessions. Throw goes to Mike on first down. It is knocked away by Stingley. Incomplete. You got to think, though, the Texans are going to be privy to the fact that the Bucs are getting rid of the ball quickly. I think that might open the door for them to try to get aggressive on jumping some of these routes. As the Bucs run it with Bucky on second down, makes a couple of defenders miss, and makes something out of nothing there.
Yeah, keeps it alive somehow there. Gets a gain of, 4 yards?
Yeah.
3rd and 6 now for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Field goal range, at least. Let's see.
Definitely field goal range.
Yeah,
no
you want points.
That.
But you want a touchdown here.
Yeah. Especially with how the Bucs defense is played.
Yeah. Richard says Stingley read that the whole way. He's playing very good coverage against Mike Evans here.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the best, he's one of the best corners in the league. Looks like one-on-one coverage, though, for Mike and Stingley over on the left side, kind of at the numbers.
Hits Ibuka.
Ibuka on the screen. He's going, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown,
3rd
Tampa
touchdown
Bay.
for his career.
The rookie sensation, Emeka Ibuka, does it again. His 3rd touchdown in 2 games. And the
Josh
Bucs
Rizard in his bag here with that play
regain the lead. Just brilliant play calling by Josh Rizard. Here's the extra point for Chase.
All set up there also by that Charlie Heck block. If it wasn't for that block, he doesn't score that touchdown. Look at that.
Well done by Tampa Bay.
Go. And also Cody Malk hustle, pushing the extra push at the end. Ibuka, 3rd touchdown of his career. We talked about it last week. He is undoubtedly, I would say, a Rookie of the Year candidate.
Plus 1,600, I hope so.
Touchdown. Let's see how you guys do in the comments.
Whew. Guys85 says, just imagine if we had a defense. Amazement 717 says, League, don't take Grizz from us, please.
Oh, if he does good, man. Somebody, you know how it works. Somebody's going to come in and take him.
Chris Hobson says, good job, Heck.
Yeah, phenomenal. We talk, we're not too confident in him. The Buccaneers aren't either, but very good block there setting up that Ibuka touchdown.
Champa Bay B says, let's get a turnover. Yeah, that's right. Chris Peach also giving a shout out to Charlie Heck, saying, yes, nice block by Heck. Angle says, good drive. Eating the clock is nice, too. Yeah, for sure. The Bucs took – listen, there's still plenty of ways to go, and it's only a 1-score lead, but the Bucs have taken a lot of time off that clock. Remember, they started their drive at the end of the first quarter, so they got the ball with 15 minutes to go, the whole quarter ahead of them, and did a fantastic job moving the ball down the field, as Narav says, Mechatron. Yeah, just well done. A great mix of the run and the pass. Again, Baker did not have to stay in the pocket for that long, and that's the ideal way that you want to protect Charlie Heck and really just an entire makeshift offensive line. I know Graham Barden has looked great, but yeah, Shaggy says 15 plays, 8 minutes. That's the idea, right?
Professor X here. What the heck was that? That was Charlie Heck making a great block to set up that touchdown. Louis here. That was a long drive, like you said, 8 minutes by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense. Love to see it. Heck with a heck of a block. Good stuff there.
And T Woods Cinco Ocho, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Says Grizzard is calling a great game. I mean, 2 plays on offense, 2 touchdowns. You can't argue those results.
Let Josh Grizzard cook.
Exactly.
Again, both of these teams have an offensive coordinator where this is their second game ever calling plays. Nick Haley, who's actually one of the people who the Tampa Bay Buccaneers brought in this offseason for an interview for the offense coordinator position, decided to go, of course, internally with Josh Grizzard, but he was with another one of those Sean McVay coaching trees offensive coordinators. He was the tight ends coach last year with the Rams, also pass game coordinator. But so far, Josh Grizzard is having the better game calling plays against D'Amico Ryans in that Texans defense.
By the way, Luke Gedeke is officially out for the rest of the game, so it will be Charlie Heck.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Love this comment. Thank you, Amazement717 with the $1.99 says, Emeka the game wrecker.
So far, he's been a game wrecker these first 2 weeks. Thank you for the super chat there.
Callie Bucs, thanks for the $1.99 super chat, says Matt is a hostage negotiator talking people down. Listen, I try to call it like I see it. I try not to overreact to certain situations in the game. Like, listen, when the Bucs score, I'll go wild and all that stuff. But I think context is important. The defense hasn't looked good, but as Kalijah Cansey slams the running back in the backfield for a tackle for a loss, my goodness, that was a
He's
body
been getting
slam.
back there this whole game so far. I could see at the end, we look back, maybe 1 or 2 sacks for Kalijah Cansey if he's able to get to the quarterback. But flag here, let's see, pointing towards the Texans, illegal shift.
I think you declined it. Yeah, that's a tackle for
loss.
Yeah. That was a great play by Kalijah Cansey. But yeah, I just try to keep it real, and I try to look at all of the aspects of everything. Like, yes, the Bucs defense did not look good, but also they didn't look good last week, and they put it together. So, yeah, if part of my job is to be a hostage negotiator, then so be it.
Professor X here, Grizzly is sizzly. It's had some good ones so far.
2nd and 12. Bucs not getting a pass rush. Stroud throwing, hits a wide open Hutchinson.
Yeah, first down.
Can't blame the secondary on that one. Stroud had plenty of time to talk or to throw. We had time to talk since Stroud had all day, but not ideal. You get that big play on first down.
Bucs playing zone here. I think that should have been Dennis's man yet. Pass off from Tyke Smith to Dennis.
Yeah.
A little bit too late there.
Benjamin Morrison in the game, too.
Oh, yep. There we go. They want to give him some plays on defense.
Yeah, they said he's in here, too.
Yeah, play man-to-man.
Yeah, going against Hutchinson.
Who comes in for the blitz here?
BMO on the blitz. Can he stay with Stroud? He doesn't. Anthony Nelson's in pursuit. Stroud's going to dump it off. The receiver fell. That was kind of a blessing in disguise for the Bucs because if the receiver stays up, that is a probably a big-time gain.
But Morrison with a great press here.
Yeah.
Gives CJ no choice but to throw it away here.
Yeah, so they just straight up have Morrison in for Jamel Dean.
You have Anthony Nelson out there also. Greg Gaines coming in for Vita Vea. Braswell out there, so that second string defensive line.
Yep. Logan Hall in at defensive tackle. I mean, he's part with the starters, but
yeah.
Weird camera angle. They go for a screen. Winfield's in on it and makes the tackle as to be expected. Play. Remember, Texans had a lot of success on that first screenplay with Nick Chubb, so they want to go back to the well. However, Tweez looking like his all-pro self with that big tackle, making a 3rd and 9.
Geis 85, Winfield with a beautiful tackle. That is correct. And remember, he saved the game last week, going up against Washington. I think there's like 16 seconds left on the score in the game. He comes in with that huge hit to make sure that the Falcons don't score a touchdown late. If it wasn't for that hit, the game could have gone a bit differently.
All right, 3rd and 8. Can Tampa Bay's defense get off the field? Stroud over the middle, incomplete. The Bucs get the stop.
There we go.
For the first time they will force a punt in this game. Hassan Reddick dropped back in coverage as well. And well done by Tampa Bay.
Yep, 3 and out. They forced. So real quick, Nick Haley, second time ever calling plays, and he has they're showing it right now, a lot of injuries on the offensive side. Oh wait, also Kalijah Cansey, who's been getting the backfield. He's with the trainers. No, you don't want to see that.
No.
Man.
Let's see if Cameron Johnson gets an attempt. I doubt he will. Yeah, calls the fair catch, and the Bucs will start shop at around the 11-12 yard line. Bucs Basement, thanks for the $2 super chat. Says, dog shite pass rush, just like last year. Shame on Bowles. Not what you want to see from the pass rush. I mean, the blitz by Benjamin Morrison was nice, but at the end of the day, he didn't get the job done. Now, the Bucs got the stop anyway. But yeah, the edges not getting home. Not a big push from the interior either. Virgin Boys, thanks for the $1.99 super chat. Says, Reddick should have picked that off. LOL. I would like to get another look at that one.
I don't like 2 major injuries so far. One to, of course, Luke. This one also to Kalijah Cansey. He's been getting, like I said, in the backfield. He's affecting the run. He's affecting the pass. If you don't have him now, what do you have in there? You have Logan Hall, Greg Gaines, somebody stepping in. But Kalijah Cansey has had one step ahead of that interior offensive line this entire game. Sucks to see him out, man.
Rich Jr. says, just sign a bunch of cheap people. They all get injured. I don't think that's how it works. Marcos, thanks for the $1.99 super chat. Says, Dennis better wake up. Yeah, that seems to be a recurring theme in terms of fans are not happy with Servase Dennis with how he's played. Bucko Rico wants to know, oh my God, what just happened to Cansey? He was walking on the sideline with a trainer. We don't know at this moment. Cali Bucks, interesting comment, says, I'm yet to be a believer of Cansey. He's never on the field. He's had a weird injury history because he missed all the preseason the last 2 years. Actually, no, last year he was around for the preseason, but then got hurt like a week before the season. Looks like they're saying it's a pec injury for Kalijah Cansey. But then, his rookie year, he played a couple of snaps in that first game, then was out for a month. Then last season, he was out for the first month and then came back. So, I don't know. But he was playing really good early on. Hopefully I don't even want to say it out loud, but hopefully it's not too bad. Virgin Boys, thanks for the $1.99 super chat. Says, is Dean hurt or do they want to get Benjamin Morrison some snaps? I haven't seen anything wrong with Jamel Dean. Not anything from an injury perspective. So it might just be they want to get Morrison some snaps.
Yeah, Todd Bowles again. He said that this week. He's primarily going to be a special teams player, but they do want to get his feet wet and get some defensive reps here. Bucs offense back out 1st and 10, of course.
Bucko Rico says, I know injuries are part of the game, but damn it.
Yeah, man. Tough injuries so far.
Bucs run it with Rachaad White, and once again, Tampa Bay is finding success on the ground. As Brian S. says, offensive line is moving bodies. They absolutely are. I mean, they are ripping off, 7 yards per attempt, it feels like.
Yeah, they're showing here how quickly now Baker Mayfield's getting the ball out. And he's able to process so quickly. Imagine passing, getting the snap, passing it in about 2 seconds or less, 1.67 seconds. We can't do that. I know I can't.
Right.
I don't know about you, Matt, but man, the processing speed these guys have.
If I'm the Bucs, certainly you want to score in any way you can, but if I'm the Bucs, I don't want to give the ball back to the Texans. I think with the way the Bucs looked on their first or their last drive and their first drive with Charlie Heck in the game, they can get this down to the 2-minute warning. and then
Yeah.
punch it in. I truly think that.
Believe the timeout again. That drive was 8 minutes long, and hopefully get another very long drive here, bleed out the time, and end it with a touchdown. Go up
And they get the
21-10.
ball to start the third quarter.
Yeah.
Marco
yeah,
says,
yeah, of course.
even White getting in on it. Damn. Yeah. This has been a complete attack in the ground game, not just Bucky Irving. Bucky has looked really good.
Flag, 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 flag. There we go.
Looks like the
Lot
Bucs
of
may have
laundry.
jumped off sides. There was a lot of pointing by the Texans side.
False start. Bucs. That is Graham Barton. Tom says they're running well. Keep it up. Stubby Ryan, pound the rock. Yep, they're doing so far so good. Running up the middle here with Rashad White, Bucky Irving. They're rotating these guys around. Rashad White in the game right now. Up top, you got one-on-one coverage with Mike Evans.
Little screen of Rashad. He makes the first guy miss, but not a lot of.
Josh,
second and 16 for Tampa Bay. First time they've really been behind the 8 ball in terms of not, moving forward on their plays.
Yeah, second and very long here. Look at these fans fully suited up here for the Houston Texans. Motion man is Sterling Shepard.
I haven't seen too much of Shep. Baker looking. He is sacked. There is a flag on the play. I would imagine it's probably holding on the Bucs. We'll see if they catch a break. See, and that's the concern with this new look offensive line is the Bucs can't air it out the way they want to. And the Bucs are going to catch a break. This is illegal use of hands to the face. So the Bucs get a gift of a first down.
Yep. Automatic first down there.
Dylan Horton on the penalty.
Didn't see that. Yeah, the face to Graham Barton there. That is an obvious call.
Yeah, right on the face mask.
Yeah, it saves Baker Mayfield, Josh Broussard in this offense not having to go, 3rd and 28-2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then you're kind of looking on, punting before they actually have to punt it.
Yep.
Bucs got a bunch formation. Evans goes in motion a little bit. They stick with the run of – honestly, I'm loving this. Just keep going in between Ben Bredesen and Cody Mauch. It's been a beautiful recipe for success. And again, you go 4 yards, 4 yards, 4 yards, it's a first down every time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say, again, the two weaknesses are that interior defensive line and also the nickel position, Jalen Petrie, who, again – going up against Puka Nacua last week. Puka Nacua was the highest rated wide receiver according to PFF. He had 10 receptions, 130 yards, no touchdowns, but a monster of a game. Ooh, Graham Barton beat pretty badly there. He's been good so far, but
yeah, nothing Baker can do on that one.
No. Just got beat by a premier pass rusher in Daniel Hunter here. Just nothing Baker can do, of course.
Yeah. And you have worries about Charlie Heck, but if Graham Barton's not getting it done, everyone will start the countdown clock for Tristan Wirfs when he can come back. Well, I mean, listen, it's going to happen from time to time.
First time he played in college, but the first time in the NFL playing when you go up against Hunter and Will Anderson Jr., not easy.
Texans have one of the best defenses in the league, so. All right, 3rd and 16. This is the longest third down attempt. Bucs go screen with Emeka Egbuka. He's got blockers in front, but not able to reach the yard marker. That'll be a stop for the Texans. Bucs will have to punt. They're going to let this clock go down as much as they possibly can. Texans have all 3 timeouts, as do the Bucs. So we'll see if Tampa Bay's defense can get a stop once again as we see Mike Evans have a conversation with Josh Broussard as well.
Riley Dixon booming that ball back there about the 15.
All the way back.
Yeah. What a leg this guy has.
Yeah.
I heard in training camp, it just goes boom. What a leg. They found their punter, like Todd Bowles has said before. They found their punter here, Riley Dixon.
Nicola Legistina says, live and die by the screens. Yeah, I mean, again, the Bucs are playing limited right now with no Tristan Wirfs and now no Luke Gedeke. So they got to get creative in terms of, how they want to move the football. It's just the reality. The Bucs aren't going to be able to sit in the pocket and, have 5 seconds to throw and try to get Mike open or something like that. Part of that is because of Charlie Heck. But part of that, too, is the Texans are just a great team. So
yeah,
the more that the Bucs are in 3rd and 10, 3rd and 16, like we saw, the more that they're going to go screens and these type of plays. 1st and 2nd down are almost more important for the Bucs than 3rd down in this new type of situation. So winning on 1st down is going to be huge for Tampa Bay.
Stan Glassman here says Baker's left leg is what they're looking at. He went down. I don't know if you saw.
He kind of grabbed his leg.
Yeah. And he was
Virgin Boys with a $1.99 super chat. Thank you very much. Says, let's pray for a turnover. Baker Mayfield. Oh, Benjamin Morrison with a pick. I was like, that doesn't make sense. Why would you want Baker to throw a pick? But yeah, that would be cool. Morrison, first ever NFL game, first time playing, and gets an interception. Yeah, we'll see. So a couple things to watch on this drive. What do they do at interior defensive line? Is Kalijah Kancey in the game?
Yeah.
Is Benjamin Morrison in at corner, or do they go back to Jamel Dean?
Yeah, again, that loss of Kalijah Kancey, you don't want to see that. Benjamin Morrison, they want to pick from Benjamin Morrison. He had a great pressure. Let's see if they put him back out there on the field, or is it Jamel Dean is back out there? This is a very important how many minutes, how many seconds, minutes and seconds to the Houston Texans. They're going to get the ball back with 2 minutes and 43 seconds. You said it. They have 3 touchdowns as well. That's plenty of time for C.J. Stroud to go down the field. Just hope this Buccaneers team can get a turnover. Big Todd Bowles, he wants ball hawks. Can they get a pick? A very important pick here. Make sure they go into halftime with the Texans not scoring again, and they get the ball back again, like you said, when they come back in the 3rd quarter.
By the way, everybody, just a heads up, next week, the Bucs are back to playing on Sunday. It's the home opener as they take on the New York Jets. The Bucs will be in their throwback 1976 jersey. So we're going to have the Pewter pregame show live at 9 a.m. Sunday morning. So looking forward to that. And then the Pewter GameDay Show will be back at 1 o'clock next week for Bucs versus Jets. Okay. Vita Vea not in the game either. Very interesting. So the Bucs go Logan Hall and Greg Gaines on the interior defensive line. 2:40 to go in this game. Texans started with a run for Nick Chubb. Gets about 7 yards on the play.
So they're showing here that final play with Kalijah Kancey.
Having such a good game. Oh, he just stopped right away.
Yeah. He felt it up top.
Oh, no.
Pectoral.
That's not a good sign.
No.
He's
questionable at least, but.
Yeah. So Benjamin Morrison's in. It looks like they're just straight up going with him at corner versus Jamel Dean. So something to watch. By the way,
it could be interesting. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Clint Fondo says, Matt and Dan, you guys are great. Thank you so much for the kind words.
Thank you.
Having a good time watching this game. Looks like we're at the 2-minute warning. Bucs lead 14-10. Still plenty to go in this quarter and plenty to go in this game as well. Now, it's tough with Kalijah Kancey because if it's a torn pec,
yeah, man,
that's worst case scenario. He's probably out for the year.
Man.
Okay, so I disagree with comments like this. Ashley says training staff needed replacing 3 years ago. What is the training staff supposed to do in that situation?
It's a contact sport. You're gonna get injured. Yeah, this is the most contact sport you can get besides MMA, UFC.
Yeah, it's tough to be like, oh well, the training staff is the reason. Training staff is a reason for this and this. If a guy breaks his arm, that's not the training staff's fault.
He broke his leg. You got to fire the head trainer.
Interesting comment too from Tim Byrne, who says, put Roberts in, man. I would like to see that too. I mean, Elijah Roberts was a defensive end at SMU. He certainly has pass rushing ability.
Unpopular opinion here too. I don't know about you, Matt. I'm not a big fan of Tim Burton movies. How about you?
Yeah, I mean,
The style's cool. The Batman movies.
yeah,
They're
it's a
cool.
different type of style. I'm not the
Yeah.
biggest fan of that overall style. Like, it's kind of like, it's funny because I'm a fan of emo music, but it's like very emo-y type.
Yeah.
Like gothic is kind of what it's called as well. The Sleepy Hollow, Johnny Depp was all right. The Batman was fine. I mean, people like that Batman. Michael, what is it?
Michael Keaton.
Yeah, Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
J5 Studios says Tim Burton catching strays. I'm personally more of a fan of the Christian Bale Dark Knight.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was great. Also, the newest Batman movie I thought was great too.
Yeah.
And that's like a very emo Batman for sure. But
very emo.
Yeah, shout out.
My only thing with the new Batman was it's kind of like a ripoff of the Seven. You ever seen Seven with what's the name, Brad Pitt?
Dude, I literally just watched that last week for the first time.
Oh yeah, it's a great movie, but Batman's basically just Seven with Batman as the character as the lead.
That's a good point.
Yeah. What's in the box?
What's
in it for this Buccaneers defense? Can they stop the Houston Texans from going down the field and making this a 17-14 game?
By the way, I didn't know this. First Name Great, it says Edward Scissorhands was filmed in Lakeland.
Yeah.
I did not know.
Yeah. You can get in the neighborhood also that they filmed that, and it's still the same color. Yeah.
Okay, 2nd and 3, 2 minutes to go. Bucs lead 14-10. Stroud's gonna run up the middle.
Yep.
Plenty of room. He's still going.
Yeah, again, he excels at extending these plays.
Gets right on that cusp of field goal range.
Good thing is the time keeps going. A lot of quarterback injuries. Yep.
Yeah.
Turf there for Joe Burrow. Yeah.
And one that will have an impact on next week. We'll see if Justin Fields can get out of concussion protocol. But Bucs might be seeing Tyrod Taylor.
I think whether Justin Fields is in the game or not, I think the Buccaneers are going to win that game. But we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, a terrible performance by the Jets and bad defense performance, too. All right, Sarase Dennis on the blitz. Can't get home. Stroud dumps it off to Schultz. Quickly tackled by Hassan Reddick. And I got to say, I don't love that Hassan Reddick is consistently dropping back in coverage. Like, Hassan Reddick is here to rush the pass.
Yeah. He had a pick in the joint practice against Cam Ward. maybe Todd Bowles is using a little bit too much.
I don't like that. Yeah, he should be going after the passer.
Look at
this. As the Bucs get their first sack of the game. Greg Gaines, who had that on your bingo card? Greg Gaines records the first sack for Tampa Bay. Wild.
Yeah. Greg Gaines gets a lot of heat on the defensive line, I know, by a lot of fans and other media people out there, but he came up big with the sack there. That's all you can ask for.
All right, so 3rd down coming up, 3rd and I believe 16. There's 45 seconds to go. So interesting spot. First of all, the Bucs got to get the stop, but you can knock the Texans. They did knock the Texans out of field goal range. Also could be a situation where Houston goes for it on 4th down, knowing the time remaining and where they are. So
yeah, Fairbairn has a pretty big leg. 59 yards is his longest field goal. So they're not in field goal range right now, but hopefully they don't get in field goal range. More pressure.
Brings Parrish on the blitz. He falls. Reddick can't get there. Dennis in pursuit. Stroud down the field.
Nothing.
Incomplete. Bucs bring some pressure. They're able to at least knock Stroud off kilter, and eventually it leads to an incompletion. He was looking for Collins on that one. Parrish looks like he tripped.
I think he could have got also a face mask there on Reddick. I believe Howard working against him right tackle.
Yeah.
I think he grabbed his face mask. But either way, Buccaneers get the ball back down.
Collins tripped on Zion McCollum as well.
We're off. Says, let's go.
All right, let's see.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm Josh Broussard, like, I want to be still aggressive. You still have 2 timeouts.
Cameron Johnson calls the fair catch, and it goes into the end zone. So that will help Tampa Bay as well. Very interesting situation here because you have all 3 timeouts. Sorry, you have 2 timeouts.
Yeah.
You can be aggressive. But again, we have to remember the Texans are a very aggressive defense.
Ball-hawking defense, yeah.
Ball-hawking defense. Good with the pass rush. The Bucs are down both of their starting offensive tackles. They got to be smart about this. I also wouldn't hate the idea of a draw on first down.
Draw, screen, you just see, can you pick something up? And if you do, you get that momentum, you continue to go down the field. 2 timeouts. But, empty package here. But let's see if it goes screen.
Bucs, they do get the ball to start the third quarter. So that also plays a factor into it. And they're playing with the lead. Another thing to factor. But yeah, Bucs go 5 wide. Baker looked and finds Evans. That's about an 8-yard gain. Stingley looked for the punch out right there.
They call timeout also.
Tampa Bay calls a timeout, so they got one more timeout remaining.
Yeah, I like the play call. Quick pass there, 9-yard gain for Mike Evans.
Yeah.
I want to see them do something, screen, something. I just want to see them go down the field, try to attempt to go down the field and score more points before. I'm a little greedy in that. To go down the field and score some more points here.
No, I like it. I mean, they're only up 4. It's not like blowout or anything like that.
Mike Evans, 4 targets, 3 receptions, 23 yards. He's going up against a really tough matchup with Stingley.
Yeah. So you got Bucs on the right side along with Sterling Shepard. Otten lines up on the left. Baker tries to get rid of it, and he
Nothing there.
Good thing it's
out of bounds. Yeah, good thing it's out of bounds. He stopped the time. 19 seconds, still 3rd and 1. Yep. And it doesn't get easier also for Mike Evans. Next week, he goes up against another one of the best corners in the league.
Sauce Gardner.
Another $30 million man.
That is true.
Wow, look at this pass rush win rate for the Houston Texans tonight, 67%. That is insane.
All right, 3rd and 1. I kind of like a run here with Bucky. I know it's unorthodox, but Baker going deep down the field. He had Evans.
Nothing.
Gonna go incomplete, so the Bucs will have to punt.
If this was Madden, I'll go for it. But this is not Madden in real life. I'm punting the ball. Put Riley Dixon out there. Let's just go into halftime after the Texans bleed out the clock. But I like the aggressiveness. They tried.
Yeah.
It just wasn't there.
Yeah, it's one of those, you're running out of time, but you gotta get down the field at the same time. I don't hate the idea. Dixon will have.
Did Dixon get hit here though? Or was it his own man?
Kind of went into his own guy.
Yeah, I think it's his own man.
And if you're the Bucs, you keep don't touch that ball until the refs blow the whistle.
Yeah, keep that time bleeding.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna take a knee here though, so
right.
Go to halftime. Joshua says Mike stopped. Ashley says run the ball. We killed them at 5 and 7 yard a clip. The only problem is if you run the ball there, you're gonna have to call the timeout. You waste your final timeout.
Right. Yeah, it's one of those like if you run it, you got to at least get 10 yards to get to a situation where you can call timeout as Stroud takes a knee, and that'll do it for the first half. The Bucs lead 14-10. Some things to like on the offensive side with scoring touchdowns on their first 2 drives. Definitely some concern as well, though. With Luke Gedeke out for the game. Elijah Cansey could very well be out too. A lot of storylines going into this second half. So
much cleaner game also. Sorry,
give me your thoughts on this first half. What you like? What didn't you like? What do you want to
see
for the second half?
Last week, I think we saw all the rust on this Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense, especially Baker Mayfield. He had a lot of passes last week. If you see, now the Falcons were playing tight coverage, but a lot of passes behind his receivers, over. Whole miscommunication. Remember, he could have hit Kate Otten down the field. That would have been a touchdown there. But he comes out a lot cleaner this game around, a lot faster as well. 13 for 18, 2 touchdowns, 109 yards. It's a much cleaner game there for Baker Mayfield. And the running game, they're going up a little bit. Victor Irving already halfway through the game has more rushing yards than he did last week. So that's another positive thing to see. And they're rotating him and Rachaad White in there as well. And, of course, Emeka Egbuka getting his 3rd career touchdown reception. That is all great to see.
By the way, this is a good reminder for everybody to download the Splash Sports app. I've been using it. All Pewter Picks and Props has been sponsored by Splash Sports as well. You can join over 2.5 million people playing on Splash Sports, the home for Survivor, Pick'em, and Quick Picks. Whether you want to create your own contest with friends or take a shot at life-changing prize pools, Splash Sports has you covered. Turn $20 into $1,000 with the best multipliers in daily fantasy sports. Think you've got what it takes? Prove that you're the sharpest fan in Bucs Nation and download Splash Sports to join their various leagues, pools, and quick picks. Yeah, we have the Pewter Report Survivor League going on right now. I advanced once again, going with the Rams. Yes, he's 8-1-3. I advanced to the next week, so still alive. What about you? Who did you pick this week? But yeah, super excited about Splash Sports. I have my quick picks as well. Let me review that real quick. My picks for this game for quick picks on Splash Sports. I have Emeka Buka, more than 4.5 catches. Chase McLaughlin, more than 1.5 field goals. Baker Mayfield, more than 20.5 pass completions. And Nico Collins, less than 74.5 receiving yards. So Collins had that big play early, but didn't do too much since. Baker's been completing a lot of passes, and Ibuka is certainly getting a lot of targets. Really, only Chase McLaughlin is the one that needs to be picked up in the second half. But if the Bucs are scoring touchdowns, I'm not going to be mad about that either. But yeah, shout out Splash Sports. You see the QR code right there. Download the app, make your quick picks. I'll be doing it all season long. You could do it for several games. You could do it for the next Monday night game, Chargers and Raiders, which is coming up after the Bucs. Let's get to some super chats. T, thank you for this super chat. Says $2 super chat says, Kancey officially got the injury prone label to a degree. Now he missed the first month the last 2 seasons. I know he played a little bit as a rookie, but he's been in every playoff game. Excuse me. He's played for the long haul of seasons, but yeah, I mean, if he misses the rest of this year with that pec injury, yeah, you do have to worry about that. The same way you have to worry about Savase Dennis being an injury-prone guy as well. And Amazement 717, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Yeah. Says, keep the ground attack going. Take the pressure off the tackles and pass pro. They're starting to tee off some. Yeah, to me, that's one of the biggest things in this game, Daniel, is the Bucs can't get into third and longs. Because the more time that Baker has to stay back there, the more that they're going to eat up against these, one backup offensive tackle, one guy who doesn't regularly play tackle as well. But that ground game was fantastic in the first and second quarter, just going right behind Ben Bredesen and Cody Mauch. They got to win first and second down in order to win this game.
Now, Hunter and Anderson Jr., they're really good against the run, not just against the pass, but really good against the run. But they're taking advantage, again, of that interior defensive line, and they're having a lot of success with both Bucky Irving and Rachaad White. So it's good to see. I want to see that continue in the second half. And then also feed off the play action with that. Get some boot, get some play action, work off the run game if you have more success in the second half with the run game. But really good stuff to see there. Again, the negative is Kalijah Kancey going down. I think he was having a phenomenal game. A lot of pressure. Yeah, that Greg Gaines sack could have been a Kalijah Kancey sack, if he was still in the game. But let's just hope that's not a long-term injury for Kalijah Kancey. It's just, a one-game thing or a minimal, 2-3 game thing.
He's 813 says pick the Rams this week and advanced in the Splash Sports Survivor pool. So shout out to you. Glad that you were able to advance. KGH for life says I would start Chukuma against the Jets. Now it will be a short week, but they will have an opportunity to practice him all week. Mark Fisher, thanks for the $4.99 super chat. Says 1, 5.5 games with no interceptions. 2, Reddick and Diaby need to step up.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, Reddick, they got to stop dropping him back in coverage. Let him rush the passer. Let him do what he does best. And I agree with Yaya Diaby. Now, again, he did have a sack last week. It was taken off the board. I wouldn't mind seeing more blitzes as well, as Narav said. Bull's got to dial up a few blitzes. Eventually, the Bucs have to, show that they can get to the quarterback. The Greg Gaines play was nice, but how many times have we seen the Bucs get to the quarterback, and in this case, Stroud, he's able to escape and extend the play? I mean, we saw it when Benjamin Morrison blitzed. We saw it when Jacob Parrish blitzed. There's too many times the Bucs are so close, and then they bang into each other or collide or something, and they're not able to get the job done. I'm tired of this close but no cigar type of stuff.
Yeah. And real quick, Cody Goat Mamba says SR overhyped this D-line. I don't think so. I think this is a very good, if they're healthy. Yaya Diaby, Hassan Reddick. Yaya Diaby, again, would have had the sack last week. It was taken away by Jamel Dean and his face mask injury. I'm sorry, his face mask penalty. Hassan Reddick got a sack, almost had a second one, was very close last week. And Kalijah Kancey, again, he went down, but he's been getting a lot of good pressure from the interior. And we know Vita Vea, he hasn't been so dominant these first 2 weeks. He had the very good run stop last week against the Atlanta Falcons, but I don't think this D-line is overhyped. I think just give them more time. And you guys see, this is it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. We got a long season ahead of us. So just give this defense time. I think they're going to be able to get to quarterback. But again, you want your four main guys, Kalijah Kancey, Vita Vea, Yaya Diaby, and Hassan Reddick to stay healthy. And with Kalijah Kancey going down here, man, it's a tough loss for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and just as tough as Luke going out at right tackle.
And, this puts a lot more of the onus on Vita Vea as well. As Joshua Porter says, Vea needs to impose his will in the second half. Yeah, I want to see a dominant performance from Vita Vea. He has it in him. He certainly did it last game, but been a little quiet this time around. Maybe it's because Kalijah Kancey is kind of, or was the focal point, up until leaving the game. But, I don't know. It's a mixed bag with this defense. They only allowed 10 points. They got stops. Listen, they've improved every time that they've been on the field. They went from allowing a touchdown to allowing a field goal to then forcing some punts. So they have gotten better. But, when you're missing Kalijah Kancey, that's big time as well. And the offense can help out, too, with these longer methodical drives. So, hopefully the Bucs can put up points on the board to start the third quarter, which will begin in 5 minutes. And a long methodical drive is the way to go to help your defense and also help win this game.
Yeah, you want to see Vita Vea step up here in the second half. He's going again against a second-string center now. Jarrett Patterson has 16 career starts, and this is his 17th career start. He had, 7 in 2023, 9 last year in 2024. This is his first start, of course, of the year. But when you're going up against a second-string center, you want to see more of an impact, especially from one of the best, if not the best, nose tackle in the league with Vita Vea, who last week, Chris Lindstrom, the right guard of the Atlanta Falcons, Pro Bowler, said he's one of the most powerful men in the NFL. You want to see that show up here in Monday Night Football in the second half, working again against a second-string center.
By the way, some stats to update on everybody. Baker Mayfield is 13 of 18 for 109 yards and 2 touchdowns. That gives him 5 touchdowns on the season. Bucky Irving, 7 rushing attempts for 41 yards. Rachaad White, 5 for 25. And Baker had that first down scramble for 2 yards, but did enough to keep the drive going and eventually lead to a touchdown as well. Emeka Egbuka leading the Bucs in receptions with 4 and receiving yards as well, 29. Also has that touchdown. Mike Evans, 3 for 23, averaging 7.7 yards per catch. Ryan Miller, 1 for 20, and that touchdown, the first score by Tampa Bay in the game. Sterling Shepard, 1 for 15. Cade Otton, 1 for 12. 2 for 11 for Bucky Irving, and Rachaad White has 1 catch for -1 yard. So a lot of Emeka Egbuka, a lot of Mike Evans, and little contributions here and there from everyone else. Shepard had a first down on his catch. Ryan Miller certainly made an impact with that touchdown. Tackling-wise, very interesting. Sirasi Dennis has 3. That leads all of the Bucs. By the way, the Buccaneers communications staff just announced that, unfortunately, Kalijah Kancey has been downgraded to out for the remainder of tonight's game with a pec injury. So the Bucs will be moving on the rest of this game without him, and we'll find out more news as quickly as we can. No interceptions for the Bucs either, and not too many pass breakups as well. As Tim Burton says, everybody chill out.
So this week we got very good news that Chris Godwin Jr. and Tristan Wirfs, of course, came back to practice. Of course, they're not going to play. They're out this game, of course. Maybe Tristan Wirfs next week. But Matt, once Chris Godwin Jr. comes back, and I've been thinking about, do you put him? He's most effective, we know, in the slot.
Yeah.
But Mekabuka's been having a lot of success there, and in the slot, you got to do a lot of the dirty work, of course. And he's just coming back from that dislocated ankle injury. Do you put him at the slot with all that dirty work duty that he has to do, or do you put him outside and kind of be a distraction so you have more opportunities to hit Mekabuka in the slot?
Yeah.
What do you think you do there?
Yeah, it's a good question. It's a good question. I mean, I think you're going to move both of them around. So there might be a drive where Ibuka's in the slot, and then there might be a drive where Chris Godwin Jr. is in the slot. Godwin does have experience playing outside, and he did play outside when Dave Canales was here as the offensive coordinator 2 seasons ago. So it's not like something that's completely foreign to him either. I also believe the Bucs should, depending on when he does actually return. I know there's some target dates, but we'll see when push comes to shove. I think Chris Godwin should be a little bit on a pitch count when he first comes back. I don't want him to be in a situation like when he came back from his torn ACL. They played against the Cowboys that first game of the season on the road. He got injured like in that game and not long after with a hamstring injury because he was playing a ton of the reps. You have Emeka Egbuka here now. He can take a lot of that stress off of Chris Godwin Jr. from just returning back to the lineup. So my initial thought is keep Egbuka in the slot, keep Chris Godwin on the outside. But I mean, they move everyone around. You'll see
they
Mike
move
Evans
everybody around
from time to time. So
I know him and I believe his wife. They didn't believe he was being utilized. He was outside mostly with Dave Canales. He didn't feel like he was being utilized as well as he could be. And then Liam Cohen again put him back in the slot. Yeah, but I think working him back on a pitch count makes sense. And we got a super chat here by John S.
Yeah, we got a couple. Let's start with Not Will. Thanks for the $1.99. Says this would be the game for Braswell to step up. Yeah, pretty quiet from Chris Braswell. Has been so far in his career, and go ahead.
He's kind of like the Kyle Trask I see of the edge rusher position. Doesn't have that,
a little bit.
Just doesn't have that fire underneath him that you would hope a second round pick has. Had 1.5 sacks last year, and when he was going up against second, third string offensive linemen in the preseason, besides the 1 sack, didn't generate enough pressure where you feel comfortable if Yaya Diaby or Son Reddick goes down to put him in the game.
Mason McGee, thanks for the $2 super chat. Says I would put Elijah Roberts in Cansey's place. They're going to have to rely on him more. Remember, the Bucs did not have any practice squad call-ups besides Michael Jordan. So there's no C.J. Brewer. There's no Adam Gotsis. They got to go with the group that they have, and they're down one less player with Kalijah Cansey not available. We're going to have to see Elijah Roberts by no other choice. But I'm excited to watch him play.
Here we go.
As well.
Second half is back.
Sean Tucker will take the opening kickoff. Heads up the middle, tries to squeeze through 2 attempting tacklers and gets right before the 30-yard line. By the way, Josh S., thank you for this $4.99 super chat, says, a Mechatron is the truth. Pass rush is going to need help after this game. Definitely need more pressure up front. Yeah, it's been lackluster getting home the front 4. Gaines had the sack later on. But yeah, Stroud's had some time to throw. Definitely a storyline to pay attention to for the second half, which has just gotten underway.
Again, Houston Texans tonight, 64% pass rush win rate here. Yeah, not good for Baker Mayfield, but good run up the middle here by Bucky Irving.
Yeah, Bucky to that second level, about 7 to 8 yards. They had Payne Durham on the left side blocking, not Cade Otton. They had Ryan Miller in as well, who, as you mentioned before, a former tight end. So he had a great line when we were interviewing him right around roster cuts in the preseason, and he's like, "Yeah, my coaches used to say no block, no rock when I was when I was playing at tight end." So he's definitely brought that to the receiver position as well. As Emeka Egbuka goes in motion on this one, they hand it off with Bucky again. Bucky makes 2 miss, but is only able to gain a yard. It'll make it 3rd and 2. Bucs going back to the well with trying to run it right up the middle. Not as much success on that first down play. As
they keep putting Emeka Egbuka. He's the motion man for the majority of these motions. They did the pop past him earlier. I want to see, do they come back to him in some way and do something creative with Emeka Egbuka later on 3rd and 1 here.
Bucs going 5 wide.
They started off empty. Bucky Irving coming back inside.
Yeah, he goes into the backfield. Evans on the right side. Three receivers on the left, well, one being a tight end. Baker looking, fires, caught by Sterling Shepard. Sterling Shepard missed a third down once again.
Yeah.
Keeping the drive going.
He was kind of, immature not immature, but of course he had some of those after the play penalties, his first season with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but looks like he matured a bit, and he's a veteran, and he's making those clutch catches on third downs, but right here on first down makes another clutch catch for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, gain of 7.
Yeah, they go back to him right away. Evans blocking. That's how you gotta win on first down. The Bucs are doing a good job of that to open the third quarter. See, now you can run it on second down.
Yeah. Draw doesn't work this time around.
Doesn't go anywhere. Bucs continue to try to beat that drum up the middle.
Mm-hmm. But again, because you had such a great gain on first down, now you're 3rd and 4. Even with this negative play here, you're still in a manageable position to get the first down here. Last year, Josh Brizard, he was the third down guy for this team. They had the highest third down win rate. I believe it was somewhere around 51% in the league. Let's see what they do here on third down. This is an obvious passing situation for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
12:15 to go in the third quarter. Baker in shotgun. Ibuka goes in motion. Baker looking. He's scrambling. He trips and then goes down. Sheldon Rankins on the sack. Texans want to take it for a scoop and score. Baker tried to extend for as long as he possibly could, but unable to reach the yard marker.
I want to see the replay here, see if he had anybody to throw it to. No. So Emeka Buka and Sterling Shepard looks like they ran into each other at close. That really messed up the play there. Baker Mayfield had nowhere to go, throws it out of bounds.
By the time Ibuka got open, the pressure had already gotten to Baker. We'll see if Riley Dixon can
huge punt again, man. Oh, nope. Bad bounce.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, is if they could pin the Texans deep inside the 10, but unfortunately that goes for a touchback. Riley Dixon certainly can boot the ball, but a little bit of finesse with punting as well.
All right. How you guys feeling so far? I know, bad drive for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that time around, but tell us, we're going to read the chat here. How you guys feeling?
With their tackle situation.
Michael Wags. Mount got work there. Cecil, get this screen game going. Slow them down.
Tampa Bay Beast says turnover one time. Maybe.
Buckeye
says not good. Lord Jimbo 2 says really bad drive and a terrible punt at the end. Not the most ideal punt. They got a first down in there. By the way, everyone, just a reminder again, we're going to have a Pewter post-game show. Once this game is done, myself and Scott Reynolds on the Pewter Report podcast reacting to everything going on in this game. I know it's a later podcast with the Bucs being in prime time on Monday night, but would love it if you could join us. We'll answer every super chat. We'll give our thoughts about the game, hear what Todd Bowles and Baker Mayfield had to say as well. So would love it if you could join us. We'll be on around anywhere from like 10:45 to 11, maybe even 10:30, depending on when this game ends. But yeah, definitely would love for everyone to join us for the Pewter post-game show. Cody
hopefully
P.
it's a victory, positive Pewter post-game show.
We want to have a victory Monday. Cody P., a Pewter Report YouTube channel member, says defense got to step up in the second half.
Yeah. Only have allowed 10 points so far, but continue to limit the Texans' offense here. Make sure it stays a low-scoring game for them. Real quick, also, Matt, if the Buccaneers, it's another injury question, but if the Buccaneers start off 2-0, I think with Tristan Wirfs or without Tristan Wirfs, you can win that Week 3 matchup against New York Jets. Do you give him a little bit more time so you don't rush him back, and he comes back Week 4 against a very difficult reigning Super Bowl champion team, the Philadelphia Eagles?
I mean, if he's ready to go Week 3, I think you play him. The Jets, while they are bad in several areas, they have two great pass rushers with Will McDonald and Jermaine Johnson. I don't know if you can go the whole season without your top 2 offensive tackles. Plus, the Jets being 0-2, they're going to be starving for a win. So, and the Bucs have not won in week 3 since Todd Bowles has been the head coach. So,
it's not a give me game either. If you remember last year when the Buccaneers went against Sean Payton and Bo Nix, that looked like a game that they're going to be able to easily win, and it didn't come out in their favor. So anything can happen any given Sunday. That's the saying, right?
Yeah. 2nd and 6 for the Houston Texans, just under 11 minutes to go in the third quarter. It's their first drive of the game after the Bucs punted after moving the ball a little bit. Stroud throws over the middle, caught by Collins, just got a step ahead of Zion McCollum. He gets to around the 40. That's Collins' second catch of the game.
Working one-on-one, man-to-man against Zion McCollum. Really nothing you can do there. Great ball placement by C.J. Stroud. Something he's really good at. He's accurate, calculated. Look, he's calm. Just boom, hits him. Not much you can do there if you're Zion.
Interesting, too. They blitzed Servassier and Levante, but they ran, right into each other.
Yeah, and good run stop here by Servassier, Dennis, and Vita Vea.
Yeah, Dennis, once again, making mistakes early in the game and then trying to combat that in the second half. A nice tackle on Nick Chubb to set up a 2nd and 8.
You got to be patient with all these guys. If you remember Levante David's very first game in the NFL, he was going up against Geno Smith and the New York Jets. And at the very end of that game, had the late game penalty that screwed over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And, it's just these guys, some of these guys take a bit of time to progress. Not everybody's a superstar from day number 1. And again, he's been often injured, so he hasn't seen the field much his first 2 seasons with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I remember that game vividly. Stroud's going to run. He beats Dennis on the play, but nice hustle by Logan Hall and company, Yaya Diaby as well.
Slough Mike Dennis's ankles. That is true. If they show the replay here, he just C.J. Stroud just jukes him out here. Goes to the ground.
Yeah, let's see. Kind of a good rush by Yaya, but he's able to step up.
Up and down game for him.
Damn, yeah. Logan Hall took out Zion McCollum, too. So 3rd and 2.
I didn't see that.
For Houston. Bucs don't bring the blitz. Oh, they blitz Tyke, who gets the quarterback.
Look at that.
Tyke Smith with a very important sack on 3rd down. The Bucs will be getting the ball back.
Yep. What a great play by Tyke Smith. They want him to be a better communicator. Oh, man, it looks like he's doing a good job so far, but look at him beat the running back also, just kind of push him off and get to C.J. Stroud. What a sack there by Tyke Smith.
His first sack of the season.
Yeah.
2nd sack of the game for the Bucs. They already improved on their sack total from last week. So
yeah, bad field position there for the Buccaneers. Going to start off inside the 10.
Shaggy says timely Tyke.
Yeah.
Mano says big man sack. Stan Glasson says their punter knows how to do it in terms of getting the team deep. Jan Rodgers, offense, go give me a touchdown. I mean, even a field goal here makes it a 1-possession game. Virgin Boys, thanks for the $1.99 super chat, says, Matt, what's the plan this drive? So it hurts that they're a little further back, kind of at the goal line versus, if they would have got a touchback there. I want to see a little bit of play action. I like that they're throwing early on 1st down and they're going with some of those, quick passes. But at the same time, the Texans are privy to that now. There's been enough of a sample size to be like, okay, the Bucs are going to try to throw quickly to Mike or Emeka Egbuka. And they keep going with the running play in between the center and the guard, which I'm all for. It's been working. Yeah. But now the Texans have kind of snuffed that out a little bit on the last 2 drives. So hit them with a play action early, get away from the back of the end zone. And I think that might be an opportunity. Or get back to that screen game. We saw it work a little bit. Emeka Egbuka scored a touchdown. They tried doing it on that 3rd down when it was 3rd and long. I wouldn't mind a screen pass here too.
Yeah, maybe like a little screen play act. What's it called? Read option where you make it look like you're going up the middle with Bucky Irving. You pop it out and maybe hit Emeka Buka on a screen. Have a blocker run up ahead. Maybe something there. Real quick, Jay says R.I.P. Mark Cook. He was a great guy. We all miss him here at Pewter Report. I got to, I reached out to him when I was a kid. I told you this story before, Matt. I was in high school. I, want to reach out to Pewter Report. I was writing some articles, weren't so good. I was a little high school kid, but Mark Cook was a great guy, and he encouraged me to keep going. And, full circle moment where I'm here on Pewter Report today. But Mark Cook, great guy, funny guy also. If you remember Alan Cross.
Yes, of course. They changed outfits one day. Yeah, he wore Alan Cross's jersey at practice one day or in the locker room. But yeah, miss Mark a ton. He was a big mentor to me. I wouldn't be at Pewter Report if it wasn't for him. So definitely RIP Mark Cook. Still thinking about him all the time. And very important in Bucs lore, Bucs history. Yeah. And also the Good Guy Award. It's the Mark Cook Good Guy Award given to a Bucs player each season that best works and handles the media. So Bucs starting this next drive at about the 10-yard line. They're going to start it with a run. Bucky gets through the line of scrimmage, but only picks up about 2 or 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, 3-yard gain. But so far, he's 4.6 yards per carry this game, doing a lot better. And it all starts also with the offensive line, of course, making sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, executing, your duties here. But so far, up the middle again, doing a really great job.
Bucs are getting a little too reliant now.
Yeah,
on that, on that run.
They're sniffing out, like you said, a bit. Again, Emeka Buka in motion. I want to see them go back, do something creative with him later on.
They run it with Bucky again, who gets to that second level, pushes, and that's a first down. Great push by Payne Durham, helping Bucky get to that next level. Dominic Henry, thanks for the $1.99 super chat.
Thank you.
Says, no screens to Rashad no more. All right, agree to disagree. I'm fine with whoever they give the screen to. But I think Bucky can help in that sense. But, yeah, great job.
Look at also Graham Barton pulling on that play, too.
Yep. Back in the mix as well. Payne Durham. Yeah. Crucial to get that first down for Tampa Bay. Bucs just outside the 20 with 6:40 to go in the third quarter. So they run it up the middle with Bucky again. No score yet in this third quarter.
But Grizzard keeps attacking up the middle again. That weakness of this defensive line for the Houston Texans. Minimal gain there, but overall it's been working throughout the night. But again, you want to see them maybe change up a little bit here. Show the rankings. Now the play action set up perfectly. Yep.
Jeff the Champ, play action right now.
Action, yep.
2nd and 8 for Tampa Bay.
And play action.
There you go. Asking you shall receive.
Yep, there you go. But
I think he got the pass off.
Yeah, you got the pass off. It's going to be incomplete pass.
Man. I wonder how much room Baker had to run if the defender did not get to him right there.
Look at that throw. If he would have completed it, what a throw.
Someone had an underhand touchdown pass, I believe, last week.
Oh, wow. And, look at Payne Durham. There was no guy in front of him.
Payne Durham. Oh, man.
That would have been a big chunk play for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 3rd and 8, though, now.
Baker and shotgun. Texans bring the blitz. Baker's going to throw. Nearly intercepted by Stingley.
Listen, we got to be honest. Pass. So far. Bad pass, but so far, Stingley has had the better of Mike Evans tonight.
Yeah, for sure. You can't really argue that at this point. Now, it feels like Mike is kind of running the same routes every time because
that too.
The Bucs are afraid to go deep because they can't.
Yeah.
They can at the moment. So, nice job by Stingley.
We know that Josh Grizzard wants to add a vertical passing element to this offense, but if you don't have your two, starting outside tackles, what can you do? You can't really go deep. You got to do these quick plays.
Dixon bombs it. Christian Izzy Johnny on the spot for the big time.
What a play by Izzy, man.
Special teams tackle. Very important.
Sam Glassman, Mike got mugged. Not Will Isian. Great tackle there. Special teams tackle.
Welcome back, Christian Isian.
He had the oblique injury. It was a pain tolerance issue. Luckily, he's able to come back here in week number 2. He's an extremely versatile guy. You can put him at any of the 2 safety positions, of course, at nickel. If you need him to play outside corner, he can go out, and we've seen that last year. He can play outside corner as well. He's one of those, lunch pail guys. He just, whatever you ask him to do, he's going to do it. So really good to have one of those versatile pieces on your team, especially when he's healthy.
Speaking of lunch, you could either have lunch, maybe dinner if you want. There's no better place to go to than walk-ons. And there are 3 walk-ons in the Tampa Bay area, 1 in Wesley Chapel, another in Lakeland, and a 3rd in Midtown Tampa. I was actually at the Midtown walk-ons on Saturday watching some college football, having some snacks, having some drinks. There's tons of TV, so any game you want to watch, you can check it out over at Walk-Ons. Check out their kickoff cocktails. They got Walk-Ons Whiskey Sour, Players Punch, and Strawberry Mule as well. And, of course, on game days, you can get all of their great appetizers that they have. The Bucs will have their first home game, but when they have road games, you can watch them over at Walk-Ons. It's great to pregame as well if you are going to the Bucs game. That Midtown location, it's right down the road from Raymond James Stadium.
It's beautiful.
So, and tomorrow's a big day to go as well because it's all-day happy hour on Tuesday. So check out Walk-Ons, one of their 3 locations, and have a fantastic time.
Yep. So close to the stadium also. Midtown is one of my favorite places to go in Tampa. Haven't been to Walk-Ons yet, but I got to go now.
Definitely.
But, after the game, this Sunday, you want dinner. You don't want, your wife, or you don't want to cook, go to Walk-Ons, man.
Not Will says, hey, chat, Bucs are ahead right now, by the way.
Yeah.
2 sacks, no INTs from Baker with both starting tackles out. How about we calm it down a bit? Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, people like to skew negative.
Yeah.
We're not looking at the
positive.
more
positivity here, yeah.
Now, granted, they started out hot, at least offensively, and it's been tough sledding ever since. But defensively, they've picked it up. Again, 2 sacks, forced a punt on that last drive. So it's not all doom and gloom. And HK45 being positive said, Reddick, can we get a sack? Well, I guess.
Yeah.
Hoping. KJH for Life says, defense has to get a turnover. And Stubby Ryan says, it's not perfect.
Zion McCollum here. The Texans run. Minimal gain, though. Zion McCollum with the tackle.
I thought Zion State, Zion was slow to get up.
Uh-oh. We had an issue also last week.
Oh, Andre Johnson's at the game. That's cool.
Oh, cool.
I believe that's him next to the McNair.
It was so quick. CJ Gardner-Johnson, he's a very talkative player, but, he had 6 picks last year with the Eagles, won the Super Bowl, of course. It was a good pickup there for the Houston Texans.
So now Jamel Dean is in the game as they go play action. Greg Gaines on the rush. Can't get to him. Logan Hall in pursuit of Stroud as well. Stroud's going to throw it away. Nice pass rush by the Bucs. You certainly want to get to the quarterback. But you know what? Greg Gaines did this last year. If you remember, Vita Vea got hurt, ironically, in week 2 against the Lions. And Greg Gaines had a pretty damn good day. Had played a lot of the snaps. He's going to have to play a lot more now with Kalijah Kancey out for the game. And that was a pass rush without Vita Vea. You had Diaby in there. You had Elijah Roberts. And, of course, Greg Gaines. So, well done by the cavalry of Bucs and the backups. Logan Hall.
He's going up against who CJ Stroud called Slime, the second-string center, Jarrett Patterson. He's able to beat him pretty good there.
Okay, you got Winfield. He's going to blitz. Hassan Reddick's in there as well. That's another sack. Elijah Roberts and Levante David.
Elijah and Levante. What a play.
His 200th game gets a sack on Monday Night Football. And with 4:40, the Bucs are going to get the ball back with the lead, up 14-10 in the 3rd quarter.
Man, Elijah just completely beat his guy. Do we have the sack video?
Yeah, let me get that real quick.
But Elijah just beats his guy completely with the left guard. We talked about him earlier. Kalijah Kancey's out. Somebody needs to step up. Elijah Roberts, they could probably going to give him a half sack with Levante David.
excellent group effort by Tampa Bay's defense. Can everyone stop complaining now? There's that pass rush.
Let's see a lot more positivity here in the chat, guys. We're on commercial break now, but Elijah Roberts and Levante David with both of the half sacks for themselves. Wow, what a great play.
Not to be an ageist or anything, but old and young teaming up for that sack. Levante David, his 200th game.
Yep.
Elijah Roberts, his second career.
Second. Yep.
Man, that's awesome. I got to tweet that out.
Yeah. KGH for life. Elijah Roberts going to start. We don't know what's going on with Elijah Cansey, of course, but, if he's out, I want to see him play more. He did pretty good in the preseason as well, as the preseason progressed, but right there, half sack, really good for himself. Love it on third down. Josh S. says, Tim Burton. I'm sorry for saying your movies were bad. But Tim Burton Roberts will start by week 5. Bold prediction there. So Ashley, Piss Grizz, run the ball. Really need a TD here. Yep, Jeff, the champ. Guys, I love the engagement here. Yeah, we hit 21,000 subscribers, but
we did.
If you haven't subscribed yet, right now, perfect opportunity on commercial break. The next goal is 22K.
That's right.
That old Doug Martin number, the muscle hamster.
Yeah. Tom says Elijah Roberts looking more impressive than Logan Hall, like ever.
Yeah.
Chris Hobson says no huddle. I wouldn't hate that either.
Up tempo.
You got to change a little bit of something here with the Bucs offense. Q's44 says pound the rock. They've been trying to pound the rock, but they got stifled a little bit, with that one. So Dan in Arizona says Eli's coming. Yeah, that was awesome by Elijah Roberts.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we can't speculate, but with the season of Kalijah Cansey hanging in the balance, definitely Elijah Roberts becomes that much more of a factor. Khalif Young looking for some misdirection. Jeff the Champ says week 5, he's going to be starting week 3 with Cansey staying hurt. He could be, unless they decide to go Gaines. And
if he's down, Kalijah Cansey, if he's out long term. I mean, give Elijah Roberts as many reps as he can. He looks impressive. He's a very athletic, pass rusher. All right, Buccaneers back out here. I'm sorry.
What they'll do too is if Cansey's out for a while, they'll put him on IR, so that opens up a roster spot, and then they'll take someone from the practice squad. Mayfield looking for Evans. He's got it. The biggest play of the game for Tampa Bay in terms of yardage, it's Mike Evans.
Yeah.
First down, Tampa Bay with 3:57 to go in the third quarter.
What a throw there also. He just layers it over Derek Stingley Jr., puts in a position that only Mike Evans can get. And this one, he's had a rough day against Stingley, but right there you see the future first ballot Hall of Famer come down with a pretty big reception.
Yeah, first time they really unleashed Mike down the field.
Oh.
Baker throwing it deep for Evans, this time out of bounds. That'll be incomplete. So they want to go deep again. Baker taking the blame on that one.
But look at the right side, Charlie Heck, if they show the replay. I mean, I think from the actual replay, but I think his guy was just free getting there, and Baker Mayfield has to speed up that play. Let's see here. Yeah, just free pass rusher. That's I think that's Pewter, right?
Yeah, that is
on the blitz.
Yeah, so he went for the defender on the inside.
Yeah.
All right, 2nd and 10. Rashad White goes to the left of Baker Mayfield. They run it with Shad, who bounces to the outside and gets a first down. Todd Bowles wants a late hit penalty as well. White was tackled out of bounds. And that was well done by the Bucs because they've gone up the middle. They finally kick it to the outside, which I get it. You're missing your starting tackles, but you can't be afraid to get creative. Nice blocking by Cade Otton as well to open up the outside. And that's a first down for Tampa Bay, and they're getting closer to field goal range.
Yeah, one thing I noticed with Rashad White when I saw him in training camp, he's running with a bit more of a fire underneath him. He knows this is likely final year in Tampa, wants to put out good film. They give him the ball here again. Man, he keeps pushing.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Yeah.
I thought that play was going nowhere. Credit to Rashad White for slicing and dicing his way to the second and even third level. Great job.
Ashley, yes, pound it. Man, I told you, he's running with a bit of a fire underneath him. He is a bit leaner, too, now. He feels a bit better playing at his current play weight. And there we go again. Rashad White.
White up the middle.
Wow.
That's a first down for Tampa Bay and more. Rashad White. Oh,
Yeah.
a shoestring tackle, as he
Yeah.
even says, this close. A shoestring tackle by Shair. And White goes down at the 20, but he was so close to breaking that for the Bucs already have a lead, but to make it a 2-possession game.
Yeah.
Bucs are knocking on the door.
Keep giving him the ball. You ride the hot hand right here. We know Bucky Irvin is a starter, but Rashad White is looking good on this drive. You keep giving him the ball. Let's see if they do that when they return here from commercial break.
The Bucs have now gone over 100 yards in 100 yards rushing, in this game. Buccaneers Communications tweeted out, Bucs have recorded 100 yards rushing for a league best 10th consecutive game. Tampa Bay's 16 100-yard rushing performances since the start of last season are the 4th most in the NFL. So there you go. Bucs getting it done on the ground.
Yep. And now both Rashad White and Bucky Irvin, 62 yards each for themselves. And Rashad White was a little bit because he had 8 carries and Bucky Irvin had 13 carries so far. 7.8 yards per run with Rashad White. Keep feeding him the ball. If I'm Josh Broussard, that's what I'm doing.
And Tall Florida guy says, White want that money. Yeah, he is going to be a free agent.
Yep.
I like Rashad White. I like him to stay in Tampa. But in my opinion, Rashad White he's a starting running back on not every team, but I would say probably of like 15 of 32 teams, he's probably a starting running back. So, I want him to get all the opportunities he can get. Archie says 1-2 punch. Yeah, and you still have Sean Tucker, too, if they want to turn to him at one point or another. So,
3-headed monster. I know Josh Williams is inactive for this game, but he's another running back who they really like. I know when Jason Light was here on the Pewter Report podcast, that was a tremendous episode. He was talking about, this was, of course, in the offseason during training camp. But Josh Williams, the running back, UDFA out of LSU, being one of those guys who was going to turn heads during, preseason, and he definitely did that. He solidified his spot on the 53-man roster, but Buccaneers, of course, go 3 running backs here, and I think that's going to be the case unless, one of the guys get down with an injury. Just showing the replay here, Rashad White could have broken that tackle, but
was there an injury? Because
to
Al Shair, because I was like, why did they go to commercial break with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter? Like, nothing happened in terms of the Bucs.
Al Shair, very important part to this defense. He called himself the emotional regulator of this defense. He's a very big part. He's the quarterback of that defense as well. So if he's not in the game, another guy's calling plays, another guy's communicating with the defense.
That's a cool ass name. The regulator of the
the emotional regulator.
Shout out to Warren G and Nate Dogg, RIP Nate Dogg. Regulate, I believe is the song. All right, 1st and 10 for the Bucs. They stay with Rashad White. They continue running. This time, Rashad White cannot make magic with.
They're going to pull him out of the game. I would have liked to see him continue a bit. I know he had 1 negative play, but continue giving the ball a little bit more. But Bucky Irvin's in, so you're not, you're not dropping off in any way. Maybe even improving there.
Damn, why do they got to do Leonard Fournette like that?
Remember, playoff Lenny, Super Bowl Lenny, whatever run they had 2020.
Lombardi Lenny.
Lombardi Lenny, yep.
All right, 2nd and 9 for the Bucs. 1:17 to go in the third quarter.
Ooh.
Baker throwing over the middle. Incomplete, looking for Ibuka. That'll make it 3rd and 9.
Hey, I would say good rep there by Charlie Heck. I was watching him on that play. He was able to keep up, make sure Baker Mayfield had no pressure on him. Good rep there if they show the replay. But he overshoots Emeka a little bit out of his reach. Ooh, Emeka Buka on that route too. A little bit of hesitation, trying to throw the DB off. Just can't connect. Looks like they're wrapping up. Yeah.
What the heck happened to him? Oh, it looks like a quad situation with Ibuka. All right, 3rd and 9 for Tampa. Baker throwing for Evans.
Oh, wow. Almost.
Oh, man. Tried to make a spinning catch. Stingley had tight coverage. Will be incomplete. Bucs will have to settle for a field goal, but a very important field goal because It would make it a 7-point lead, meaning that the Texans would need a touchdown to tie the game up or potentially take the lead.
A little bit high, man, but still overall good throw there. That's really the only spot you could put it for Baker.
Very difficult throw to make in terms of the safety coming over. But here's McLaughlin. Let's see if he can shake off the cobwebs of last week. He did hit an extra point, but for 2 extra points.
Oh,
snap is high, off the post, no good. The woes for Chase McLaughlin continue.
Yeah, so Todd Bowles was asked about this. Remember, he had the defender run into his leg. Todd Bowles said that did not affect him last week. This is a mental thing with Chase McLaughlin, and he's been very accurate. Money McLaughlin. But man, these last 2 weeks. Now, I was telling you last week, I hope it's not a trend. And man, let's see if it continues. But bad kick there by Chase McLaughlin. Drops the Bucs 3 points.
We spoke to Thomas McGahee on Saturday. It's typically the Friday practice, but Saturday with the Bucs playing on Monday. And he said he's not worried about Chase McLaughlin at all. He said it was just kind of like a minor hiccup with him. But I mean, you look at this. We're not talking about missed field goals either. We're talking about missed kicks in crunch time of these games. We're talking about a missed extra point last week to make it a 4-point game versus a 3-point game. And now this time to make it a 4-point game to a 7-point game. We're talking about very important kicks that Chase McLaughlin is missing. So, let's get
Corey
to
Gambino says,
Virgin Boys, thanks for the $1.99 super chat.
Thank you, Virgin Boys.
Says, get another kicker in here tomorrow. I mean, they will. At this point, they at least got to try out another kicker. Tall Florida guy, thanks for the $1.99 super chat, says, cut Chase. I've seen enough. I mean, this guy's been so good for so long. But
that's why. I think not yet, but maybe you do bring a guy in for a tryout just to, get the wheels moving a little bit and show him that there's a little bit of competition. But if you do that also, do you get into his head more if he knows you're trying out kickers? Does that make it even worse of a situation? I think you got to ride it out a little bit.
But the Bucs can't worry about his sensitivity level. They're here to win games.
Yeah, but it is mental. So if you bring in a guy, is he going to be even worse moving forward? Is it going to continue? Is he going to have more hiccups?
Yeah, but if they bring in the guy and the guy does a better job, then Chase McLaughlin's not going to be kicking. Tony Bowe says, not just important kicks, but kicks under 50 yards. That's also true. He's missing not chip shots, but I mean, there was kickers yesterday hitting from 60 plus.
Yeah.
Lord Jimbo 2 says it's mental. Very much could be. It
is.
Yeah. Josh S says he now has 7 points left on the field, Matt. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not bad. What excuses have I made? All right, Texans start their next drive with a bit of momentum following the missed.
Kobe, go mama. You've been a little bit negative here. I want to see more positivity out of you.
Yeah.
You called out Scott Reynolds. You called out Matt here. Let's be a little bit more positive here, man.
Bob Stanley says
excuses for Chase.
Bob Stanley says, is Nico Grammatica eligible yet? No, he's still at USF. Yeah, when he is eligible, we'll see.
Bring him in.
Matt Loshman says, washed like yesterday's laundry. All right, Stroud goes play action. Nelly trying to get to him. Stroud throws over the middle, incomplete. There is some laundry.
Yep, CJ Stroud pointing to the Buccaneers defense. Is going to be on them. Probably first down here, definitely. Flag down the secondary. Yep, on the defense.
Legal use of hands to the face.
Bema, Benjamin Morrison, the rookie.
Morrison, his first NFL penalty. Not ideal.
Going against a very tough wide receiver, Nico Collins.
Yeah, not the easiest of matchups.
I don't see much there.
What?
I didn't see much, if anything. Yeah, I think that.
That's tough.
I know
Bucs relying on
a
lot of young players. You got a rookie in Morrison, a rookie in Parrish, and second-year Tyke Smith. Missed tackle by Morrison. Good hustle by Logan Hall, but that's going to be for a first down. And that's going to be the last play of the third quarter. Bucs are leading 14-10. No points were scored in that quarter.
Yeah, James Hamilton says here Chase will be fine. And I'm hoping so, because it's the Buccaneers have had bad luck. We know that.
Yeah.
Historically with kickers. And you hope it's just not, something that continues and bleeds into week 3. Maybe he redeems himself. Maybe the Buccaneers, count on him at the end of this game and he redeems himself and the Buccaneers fans love him again. But so far, not so good for Chase here.
By the way, Bucs fans, put your 4s up. We're going into the fourth quarter of a close game. Bucs lead 14-10. Texans are trying to drive and take the lead. We shall see. JB, who lives out on the West Coast, says, driving home from practice, did I hear McLaughlin missed another?
Yeah.
He did. Yeah, he missed from 38 yards and went doink off the post and no good. So Daniel Gomez putting up his 4s. Shout out to you, Daniel.
JB as well here. Rolf.
Yeah, Rolf Steinbauer, JB. Yeah, appreciate everyone watching with us this evening. I know it's a later time with the Bucs playing on prime time, and everyone's got things going on. But thank you for rocking with us. We're gonna have a Pewter post-game show coming up once this game is done to react to everything: the injuries, how the offense looked, the pass rush coming alive for the Bucs on defense, and of course Chase McLaughlin's miscue kicking field goal. So we'll have that. And then just a reminder again, next week, the Bucs are back to playing on Sunday. It is a day game and the first home opener or first home game of the season. We're going to have the Pewter pregame for Bucs versus Jets at 9 a.m. and then Pewter GameDay Show at 1 o'clock when the game kicks off. So stay tuned for all of that next week for Bucs versus Jets, but we still have a lot of drama going on in this game with one more quarter to go. And we have a super chat as well. Bucs Basement, thank you for the $2 super chat. Says so much for the ball hawks Bowles was searching for. Yeah, that's now 7 quarters without a turnover for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. No interceptions, no forced fumble and fumble recoveries either. But it's crunch time. Now's the time to get that interception. We'll see if Tampa Bay can kind of overcome some of those miscues. Texans have not scored since the first quarter either.
No, yeah, in that aspect, the Buccaneers defense has done a really good job. And hopefully that continues here on this drive. 2nd and 1, we're back here. Houston Texans, of course, flip the ball. Nick Haley, second game calling plays, and he's going up against, again, Todd Bowles, a defensive mastermind. Some may think, and some may not think.
Okay, 2nd and 1. Stroud lines up under center. They're going to go play action. Stroud's got all day to I thought he was going to run it, but they dump it off. Big time play for Houston. Yeah. Winfield eventually makes the tackle, but the little play action rollout, I mean, Stroud could have ran if he wanted to, but he goes for the wide open receiver on the play, and the Texans are in business early in the fourth quarter.
27-yard reception there. Now they're inside the 25. Man, big play there. Dalton Schultz did a good job making sure Levante David didn't get the tackle, didn't get in the way. And we also, maybe he could have had Nico Collins over the top. Maybe it's better that he didn't hit him.
That's true. All right. Texans at the 24. They're going to run it with Chubb. Nice tackle by Tyke Smith. He's having a heck of a game.
Yeah, man.
A sack, and now this second tackle for loss for him. Nice game for Tyke. An interesting situation, too, because we're early into the fourth quarter. If the Bucs can get a stop and force a field goal, Texans would still be down 1, but I'm curious if the Texans would go for it knowing that they need a lead. But we'll talk about that when we get to it. Stroud throws, nearly intercepted by Parrish and just too far for Tyke Smith to make a play as well. But nice coverage by Jacob Parrish.
Tremendous coverage.
Yeah, CJ Stroud's complaining about something.
and working against Nico Collins, one of the better wide receivers in the league. And a huge part of this, it comes in. Man, it bounced in the air a little bit with just out of, I believe that's Ty Key Smith back there. I can't really see.
Yeah, it was Smith.
Yeah.
A little mistimed on the jump by Parrish, and a little too far away for Tyke as well. But 3rd and 11, 4 seconds to go on the play clock. Texans got to decide something soon. Bucs don't bring a blitz. Not a lot of pressure. Stroud over the middle. It's caught by Schultz for the first down.
Yeah.
And now the Texans are really in a close spot.
They're in scoring range, of course, here. You just want to now bend but don't break. You want to be able to just hold them to 3 points, hold them to the field goal, make it a 13-14 game. Or luckily, get some kind of, turnover. We saw Shaq Barrett in 2023 get the forced fumble when they had C.J. Stroud back there, deep in his own territory. They're coming out empty here. Can the Buccaneers, they're going to throw, can they get some kind of turnover here?
A missed kick by McLaughlin coming back to hurt the Bucs. Stroud throwing over the middle. It's caught by Collins. Looks like he was down at the 1.
2nd and goal. So close for the Texans, but luckily for the Buccaneers, it's going to be down at the 1 here. Come out empty. Pretty risky throwing it out of empty here.
See, this I think this is a situation where they're going to go for it no matter what. Now they're going to have 2 more tries before deciding on 4th down, but I think they're so close at this point.
I think this is a run play here.
In shotgun, though. Very interesting. They do run it with Chubb. The Bucs had him stuffed at first.
That's Vita Vea.
And they get a stop. Vita Vea showing why he's so important to this team. That's a stop for Tampa Bay. All the way on the right side, too.
Yeah.
Well done.
Getting behind him, putting all that weight, make sure he has no extra momentum. Leading himself.
Crucial 3rd and goal.
Again, you said this is 4 down territory.
I think so.
Yeah.
Bucs got to force them into that 4th down situation, though. They're going shotgun. Stroud looking to the corner of the end zone. Incomplete. Bucs get the stop. McCollum in the coverage on Collins. That makes it 4th and goal. We'll see what the Texans decide to do. I think you got to go for it.
Yeah. This is 4 down territory. Really good move by Nico Collins. It bounces out of his hands. I thought it was a little bit out of his reach. It's kind of out of his reach, but maybe
a little bit too long on the throw. He did beat McCollum on the play.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What do you do if you're the Texans? You're a yard out. Do you run it?
You come out empty.
They don't have Chubb in the game.
Yep. I think this is a pass right here.
You're going to try to exploit some one-on-one matchups. You got Dean on Collins. Stroud rolling out.
No.
Trying to find someone in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Nope.
Incomplete. McCollum on the coverage. Wow. And the Bucs get a huge stop on 4th and goal to maintain their lead.
I want to see a lot of positivity right now in the comment section because the Buccaneers forced a turnover here, turnover on downs. They were pinned back all the way, all the way at the 2-yard line, 1-yard line here. And they were able to come away with the stop, the turnover on downs. Wow.
You want to talk about momentum.
Yep.
The Bucs go from missing the field goal to moving all the way down the field for the Texans offense, and then finally getting that stop. Now, the Bucs got a long way to go.
Yeah.
But hot damn, what a stop by this Bucs defense. I love this comment from Hezo813 who says, fire bolts. Cali Buck says, insane. Jeff the Champ, time for a 99-yard touchdown. Yeah, I mean, the Bucs are not out of the woods. There's plenty of time in this 4th quarter.
Insane.
They don't have good field position, and they have a shaky kicker.
Yeah.
Nicola Legistina says, first turnover. Let's go. Yeah, I mean, technically it's not a takeaway, but certainly is a big-time defensive stop.
Yeah, great stop there by the Buccaneers. But now, Baker Mayfield, Josh Rezard, this offense pinned all the way back. This is, like you said, going to have to be a 99, 98-yard drive for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Man, what a game so far. I really like this game so far as going. It's a very close game, a low-scoring game, but a very interesting game on Monday Night Football.
By the way, thank you to Yo Bucko for this $4.99 super chat. Says, jumping into the game late, besides Cansey, who else got hurt? Luke Gedeke late in the first quarter got injured. So it's been Charlie Heck at right tackle the rest of the way, with Graham Barton at left tackle, Michael Jordan at left guard, and Ben Bredesen at center. So 2 big-time injuries for the Bucs. Now, Luke Gedeke didn't practice during the week, not until Saturday, and he was limited and tried to give it a go and was out there for a little bit, but then couldn't go. And, Cansey got hurt a little bit before halftime. So those are 2 big injuries. Certainly, all the stories about Chris Godwin Jr., when he's going to return, and Tristan Wirfs as well. But Bucs are pretty beat up. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, and a short week also. Again, they play Sunday. So you lose a day by playing on Monday Night Football. You lose another day here, a day that you could have had these guys rest.
KGH for Life says, Bucs will definitely bring in a kicker. I think you have to at this point. You got to try one out. Buckin says, we desperately need a long drive that ends in points. Yeah, I mean, a touchdown drive here, I'm not going to say seals the game, but gives them a couple more opportunities. Bucs are at their own 1-yard line. They're going to run it with Bucky, who gets a little more breathing room, about 2 to 3 yards. Certainly helpful. Man, what a 4th down stop by the Bucs. 4th and goal from the 1-yard line. It's always interesting with those rollout plays, too, because you're essentially cutting off half of the end zone right there by him rolling out to the left side. But
they had a touchdown in 2023, same position, same area, roll out to the left, same thing. You got a touchdown on that one. Didn't have the same success this time around. Cam Johnson, your motion man.
Yeah, not seeing Emeka Buka. I wonder if that quad injury is kind of beat him up a little bit. And Bucky Irving gets tackled at the line of scrimmage. So there's a flag. Baker was pointing for a flag. They got something. Baker just started fist pumping. I'm not exactly sure what, but Bucs will take it if they keep it.
And says face mask. Yep, it is a face mask.
Okay.
Wow. That gets them out of this, this bad position they were in.
Finally, the Bucs get paid back for
He was
for everything that went wrong with Bucky against the Falcons last season. Yeah, I mean, he almost ripped his helmet off.
And that's Christian Harris about to rip Bucky Irvin's head off, man.
Huge for the Bucs. Huge
for a penalty.
Bucs just trying to survive right now, but they do have that 4-point lead. And a lot more for Cameron Johnson if Emeka Buka is not going to be playing. It looks like they're certainly limiting his overall action.
No Mike Evans, no Emeka Buka out there. You got Ryan Miller, Sterling Shepard, and Cam Johnson.
Talking about that depth, that wide receiver for the Bucs. They run it with Bucky Irving. Tried to cut it to the outside. Texans weren't having it. So another 1 to 2 yard gain for Bucky as the Bucs are really grinding out this final quarter of the game.
Yeah, with your top 2 wide receivers out, they're going to be able to focus more on the run game. So the Buccaneers go back to the run, and they were ready for it. The Houston Texans defense was ready. They're showing that replay now of the rollout to the left side, McCollum working on Nico Collins. Thankfully for the Buccaneers, turnover on downs.
2nd and 10 for Tampa Bay, 9:35 to go in the 4th quarter. Yeah, still haven't seen. Oh, there's Emeka Buka. Okay. Cameron Johnson goes in motion. You got Evans to the left side. Baker looking for Cade Otton, can't hold on to it. Drops has been an issue before for Cade Otton, but now the Bucs are in the dreaded 3rd and long situation that has not gone their way this evening, really ever since Luke Gedeke has been out.
You hate to put any play caller in 3rd and 10, but especially a play caller who is calling his 2nd game in this league.
Yeah.
And tough. You're on the road. This Houston Texans, I can't hear it, but they look very loud, these fans, this stadium.
Bucs got bailed out on the face mask penalty with Bucky Irving running.
All-out blitz here.
Baker sees the blitz. He's going to run out. Baker scrambling. Gets the 1st down. And more. Baker Mayfield uses his legs, but now he immediately
and he's now talking trash to Gardner Johnson.
Chauncey Gardner Johnson. Baker's not happy. He immediately grabbed his ankle after the run.
Yeah. Baker Mayfield, tough guy, also able to deal with these injuries.
Maybe he's saying he kind of like rolled his ankle, like Gardner Johnson. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he reached right away for his lower leg.
Oh, he wasn't even around the play. Yeah, tough for Baker. Now, here's the thing. You're probably going to run the ball now with Baker's injury, as that's 18 rushing yards for Baker in this game. If you're the Texans, you got to stack the line. They go play action. Looking for Bucky, a dangerous throw.
Yeah.
He makes the catch, but he loses 2 yards. There's a flag on the play as well.
Yeah.
Baker's pointing at Houston.
Yep, pointing.
Bucky got smoked.
Yep, it's on the defense.
A lot of illegal contact penalties.
Yeah.
One on Benjamin Morrison earlier, a couple on the Texans. This is on Kamari Lassiter, former teammate of Tyke Smith with the Georgia Bulldogs. Ryan Miller drawing a penalty.
Yeah, you see a little bit more with that one there, but I didn't see it with the Benjamin Morrison one, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, even that one, like
a little bit more, but not even fully.
Listen, I got to call it like I see it. I don't really think that was a penalty either. But for the Bucs, you'll take it, no doubt about it.
Yeah, we'll let these guys play football, man.
So Bucs getting out of their own end zone, which is great.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Sterling Shepard, that had to be a false start penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tough one for Shep. 8:11 to go in the fourth quarter. Interesting game. No points in the second half, but certainly some drama. A missed field goal by the Bucs, but then they get a fourth down stop. A rather quiet game from Mike Evans. Emeka Egbuka started out hot, but has cooled off. Bucs relying on that ground game to take time off the clock and get it going as they run a draw play to Bucky Irvin. Cuts to the outside. Yeah. Bucky's still going. Job well done by Bucky Irving, making something out of nothing. Gets back those 5 yards on the penalty. Yep, 2nd and 10. Now Bucs going a little up-tempo. I like it. Got Egbuka to the right side, Mike all the way out left, Shepard in the slot. They're going to throw it to Shepard, who makes the catch. Baker saw the blitz coming from the outside from Houston. They'll make it a 3rd and manageable, about 3rd and 4, I would say. 3rd and 3. I stand corrected. Let's see what Josh Grizzard has called here. Interesting spot. You could run it if you want to. Certainly throwing it is statistically what is going to happen. Rashad White lined up to the outside.
Empty, yep.
Now he goes into the backfield. You got trips to the right side, Otten on the left. White goes in motion. Baker gonna run again. He loses the football. It's loose. White picks up on it, and almost a drastic turn of events for the Bucs. White looks like he's injured on the play as well after diving for the football.
I think he's holding his lower
back. Man, that's a tough one for Rashad White. Trying to make a play to help his team, which he does by not losing the ball.
Real quick, Graham Barn got beat pretty badly there by Hunter. Yeah. But luckily, Rashad White was there to recover the ball. Would have been Texans football right there at that spot. But he hurt his back. I think, I don't want to speculate, but his back in the process.
Remember, he got hurt early on in the preseason, that first game that kept him out for the rest of the regular preseason. Baker went diving for it as well, luckily. Man, and if Baker holds on to that ball, the defender just went for the strip. He didn't even go for the tackle. So if Baker holds on to that ball, I think he's getting the first down. Brian S. says, ridiculous ball security from Baker. A little bit, for sure.
He's trying to make a play, yeah.
Ashley says, Barden is a problem. Even at center, he gets worked often. Nicola Legistina says, please ask Grizz why he isn't running the ball. Like, bro, it was working. I hear you. I mean, every now and then, I think it's good to, throw in a run on 3rd down when it's a manageable play. And I think that might have been the opportunity to do so, especially because like the last 2 times, Baker he's just tucked it and ran for a couple of reasons. Seth Alexander says, "Let's stay positive." That's true. Bucs are gonna punt it, but they do have the lead, and the Texans have to score a touchdown. You also have that benefit. Buckin says every game is so damn stressful. Very true. The Bucs play an entertaining brand of football. Whether you're a Bucs fan or an NFL fan that's watching Monday Night Football, which also pretty awesome. We have another Monday night game as well. I mean, we're going to be doing the Pewter post-game show, but awesome that there's another game as well. Swan Blow says bad play calling on 3rd down. I mean, I don't know. If Baker doesn't fumble the ball, they get a 1st down. So
yeah. Dan in Arizona, positive. He says.
Yeah, Nicola says, can't be too upset. Texans have a solid defense.
Yeah.
Mark Alonso says, anyone think they go for it? No, not in this situation. Yeah, especially with Rashad White now hurt. They lost yards on the play, too.
Baker Mayfield on the sideline with his eyes closed. Taken in the moment.
Yeah, what the heck?
Yeah. Yep. All right, Riley Dixon out here. Pin them backwards. Pin them in the 10.
Okay. A little bit of a different protection.
Yeah. Oh, wow. He got hit.
Dixon, the punt is blocked. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah. That was the worst case scenario for Tampa Bay. Special teams becomes quite another storyline for the Bucs. Great last week, not this week. Missed field goal, and now Riley Dixon gets his punt blocked. The Texans are going to be over midfield with a chance to take the lead in the game. Came from the outside, and then the punt got blocked, so it doesn't matter that Dixon got hit.
Yeah. Bad protection right there, man. MJ Stewart, right?
Yeah, the former Buck, drafted by them. Still in the league.
Yep.
All right, so the Texans immediately in scoring range. 6:16 to go. Bucs lead 14-10. Stroud throws over the middle. It's behind the receiver. Bucs catch a break, making it 2nd and 10.
Yeah, threw it behind his receiver. Didn't give his guy a chance. That's good for the Buccaneers.
It's a bad throw by Stroud.
Yeah. He knows that one's on him also.
That's the first time the Bucs have had a punt block since 2018.
Oh, wow.
They run it with Chubb on 2nd down. Nice tackle by Antoine Winfield Jr. At the line of scrimmage. Bucs defense has come to play in the 2nd half.
Yep. And still, this has been a stressful game, but the Bucs defense has only allowed 10 points to this Houston Texans offense. I know a lot of fans were upset with Nick Caley's first time calling plays last week. Again, the offense scored 0 points. They got the touchdown this game, but
5:40 to go.
For downs,
A crucial 3rd and 10. Jamel Dean's in that corner along with Zion McCollum. Bucs bring a blitz. Winfield up the middle. Levante David had a can of corn. And he dropped it.
That
Stroud
this whole game right there.
Panicked on the play. Man. Oh my goodness.
Great
that
pressure
was
as well.
As much of a gimme as it could have been.
Hey, you're right there in the hands. If it touches her hands, you got to come down with it. You hate to see that, especially for a veteran as good as Levante David. Have to come down with that football. Could have changed the entire game here. Now, the kicker for the Texans out there, 53-yard attempt.
The kick is up, and it is good. I mean, what the heck are you doing?
What the Charlie heck?
What the Charlie heck? Now the Bucs keep the lead, but that dropped interception may come back to haunt the Bucs.
And again, the Chase McLaughlin missed kick earlier dropped 3 points for
Chase
this
McLaughlin
team.
as well.
Yeah. Maybe again, you might need this is a very close game, 13-14. You might need to put him out there at the very end of this game. You know, if the Texans get the lead again, is he going to be able to make that if he gets called up? He's 8-3.
These boys got butterfingers on defense, shaking my head. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. It was Zion twice last week, Jamel Dean as well. Archie says, call us the cardiac Bucs. Chris Hobson says, can't catch air. Champa Bay B says, run the rock with one. Well, Rashad White got hurt. I don't know. I don't think so. T says, our defense has the worst hands in the league. They honestly, they do. Like, there's... Ralph Steinbauer says, Levante David, why? All right, that's a touchback for the Bucs. I believe they get it at the 35.
Yeah, well, I want to do a little research now and see how many dropped interceptions the Buccaneers defenders have last year and in these two first games.
Diesel Roche says, what the F, man? We can't get out of our own way for nothing. It's true.
Bucs beating Bucs.
Very much. I mean, that was right in the hands of Levante David.
Yeah.
There's no excuse for him not to catch that. And that would have taken 3 points off the board.
Like you said, these games are always stressful, but they're very interesting. 14-13 game now. Buccaneers still have the lead. How many minutes to go? Here we got, 5:22. Buccaneers still have 3 timeouts. Houston Texans also 3 timeouts. Bucs offense back on the field. Buka motion.
They pitch it to the outside for Bucky Irving, but the Texans are there. Oh, man. Brian Molinaro wants to know, how are you doing on your props, Matt? I'm doing okay. Still a couple things to get figured out, but Mike I had the under on Mike receiving. That looks like it might hit. Collins under on his receiving. That's looking okay. Abuka might need a couple of more yards. Bucky didn't hit, but Bucs plus 2.5 is very much in play, and the under is very much in play. So we'll see. And the parlay is alive as well.
Real quick,
Baker throws a screen to Rashad White, who breaks out of one tackle, can't get out of the other. Bucs going very conservative.
Yeah. 4 minutes winding down. 3-8. 3rd and 8. Okay, let's see what Josh Brizard calls here. This is an obvious, of course, pass situation. This crowd looks like they're being loud. Baker out here and empty.
And now the Texans only need a field goal to regain the lead if the Bucs don't get the first down here. And they've had their issues.
Oh.
Mayfield gets sacked. Will Anderson. You knew it was going to happen at some point.
Yeah. Charlie Heck just got beat. He just
Baker kind of ran into that one, too.
Yeah. Well, yes, but, you want Charlie Heck to hold up a bit, but what can you expect from your backup swing tackle, basically, your swing tackle?
Let's see.
Yeah, he gets pushed backwards. Again, he's 6'8", 311, but he doesn't have good core strength. He's not strong against these defenders.
Yeah, the rush from the outside, too. Now, the Bucs got to be able to get this punt off. That was just an issue on their last drive. Low snap as well.
Yeah, can't pin him down and behind the 20.
Missed tackle there. Another missed tackle.
Wow.
Uh-oh. Dixon gets the leg on him. Merriweather, and there is a flag.
That could be a momentum changer if it's not on the Houston Texans.
That's a huge, huge punt return for Jalen Noel. Dixon tried to make the stop. See what the flag is. There's no flag. All right. So the Texans are just in scoring range with a chance to take
Man. What a chunk play. What a horrible Man, missed tackles. So you have Josh Hayes running down there as the gunner. Missed that tackle.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of a push in the back.
Yeah. Riley Dixon attempted the best he can do, but your punter is not going to be the game saver there for you.
I mean, we're going to look back on this game and look at all of the issues that the Bucs had, from dropping an interception to missing an extra point or a field goal, to missing a tackle on punt coverage, to getting a punt blocked. Just way too many mistakes. And now you got to play the clock game too.
Yep.
So if you're the Bucs, you hope to force a field goal, because the Bucs offense just has not moved the ball in the second half. They started with a run for Chubb. Vita Vea swallows that up. Yeah, it's tough. Do you call the timeouts now? You still got the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, I would. Man, it's difficult, but hold on to them for now.
I thought that was a block in the back on Josh Hayes as the gunner.
Yeah, no call there. They're going to wind down this time, of course. They're in field goal range. You're going to have to snap it, though. It'll be like around 2:14, 2:15. Oh, wow, they hand it off to Chubb here.
Chubb is going to take it to the house.
Yep.
Touchdown, Houston.
Yep. Now, the only positive thing is
that they're going to go
Mayfield.
for 2. Well,
yeah, they're going to go for 2, trying to make it a 7-point lead here. But the only positive thing is now you get Baker Mayfield the ball with 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
You do.
3 timeouts. Not good for the defense, of course, but can Baker Mayfield go out there and be, the savior that this team needs and push this game into overtime?
Bucs did such a good job stopping the run all game, but not able to get the stop there. Texans take the lead.
Yeah, I think that was Jarrett Patterson, the backup center, and Ed Ingram, the veteran right guard, who they traded for from the Minnesota Vikings this offseason for next year, 2026, 6th-round pick, making up a beautiful hole for Nick Chubb. They wanted to get him the ball more often in this game. They felt like they didn't do enough, and they got him the ball there, and he scored, unfortunately, for the Buccaneers. Can they make this 2-point conversion? Because if they don't...
Crucial moment. Crucial moment in the game.
Wow.
Bucs bring the blitz, and Deion Jones does a great job getting to the quarterback. So another sack for the Bucs. That keeps it 19-14. So
we might not go into overtime now, Matt. If the Buccaneers can go down the field.
Well, I guess there's not going to be overtime because. But yeah, job well done by Jones. Didn't play a ton today on the defensive side. But Bucs will have a chance to win this game.
A lot of pressure now on Josh Broussard. Young offense coordinator. We talked about this all game. Second game calling plays. He's going up against, again, DeMeco Ryans in that difficult Houston Texans defense. This is a position you can't run much. We know that weakness is that interior of the defensive line. You're going to have to put the ball out there in the air pass to get the touchdown. But you couldn't ask for anything better than just an opportunity to go down the field with 3 touchdowns. Let's see what Baker Mayfield can do here. This is it. If you score, again, no overtime, you win the game.
No overtime this time around.
Yeah.
Paul Bone with the $1.99 super chat. Thank you very much. Says,
thank you.
Hashtag believe.
Believe.
And the Bucs will return it. Cameron Johnson had a spark last week. Cameron Johnson gets to the 30, and there's a late flag. That's not going to help. By the way, Mark Fisher, thanks for the $1.99 super chat. Says, we are holding our own even with injuries.
Yeah.
Virgin Boys, thanks for the $1.99. Says, someone tell David to retire. That's mean.
that's
Paul Bowen, thanks for the $1.99. Says, hashtag believe.
Yeah, this is going to be on the Buccaneers. You're going to be moving back a little bit more. And again, this is why also these kicks are so important. Right now, this would be a 17-19 game with the Buccaneers only needing to score a field goal.
Yeah.
Now they have to go down the field to score a touchdown. This is why these points are so, so important. You can't miss these kicks. That's what we get paid for. Make these kicks. That's your only job. He couldn't do it. So let's see. 2:04 left, 3 timeouts. Can Baker Mayfield, can he give us a game drive, just get a touchdown, win this game for the Buccaneers? Headed back to Houston, super happy. Have the post-game show for Pewter Report, super happy as well with a victory.
Bucs go with a screen early on to Bucky Irving. He's going to head up the field, gets a first down, and that will be the 2-minute warning. As Champa Bay Beast says, Baker can do this. Hey, he did it last week, crunch time.
That beautiful pass to Mecca Buka.
Yeah, we'll see who could be the hero this time around. By the way, this is a good time to remind everybody, Bucs do have their home opener at Raymond James Stadium next Sunday. But before that, USF has another home game on Saturday. Tough sledding this week against Miami, but they are still a fun team to watch. Make sure you go to the next USF home game.
Horvath was hit as he threw.
That's right. September 20th. USF is back home. They are taking on South Carolina State at noon at Raymond James Stadium. So go to usfbowlstix.com to get your tickets for the very exciting USF Bowl. Some big wins to begin the season. And they still have a chance of making the college football playoff despite that loss to Miami. So support your local college football team. And check out USF in their next home game, September 20th against SC State. So the Bucs get a first down on that first play. A little bit of a screen pass to Bucky Irving. Gets the first down. So 1:57 to go. Bucs have all 3 of their timeouts. And it's all or nothing now. You got all 4 downs to work with. Pass rush is going to be a little bit of an issue. And the fact that the Bucs have to score a touchdown is big time as well. But can be some cool moments. Mike Evans in front of a lot of fans and family as well, and family and friends. You get a game-winning touchdown. And Emeka Egbuka can continue his outstanding rookie campaign. If he can get another game-winning touchdown in 2 weeks, that'll certainly be a seminal moment. Yeah, they're showing their
says, hate the Mannings. Good thing you're listening to this simulcast, not the Mannings one, right? And then Buckin says plenty of time. That is true. There is plenty of time for Baker Mayfield. Again, they have all 3 timeouts. Buccaneers offense back here on the field after the commercial break, the 2-minute warning. 1:56.
1:56 to go. Bucs need to go essentially 70 yards down the field, maybe 65.
Yep.
But all 3 timeouts. At this point, just being able to move the ball, to me, is more of a factor than how much time they have left.
Yeah.
But yeah, a big time ask of this Bucs offensive line, given their situation. Baker takes the snap. He's looking, dumps it off to Bucky. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Bucs got to be in no tempo or no huddle.
Gotta hurry up.
Nothing there in that first play. They got 3 more shots to do it. 2nd and 10.
Oh,
Baker going down the field for Evans. Incomplete. That would have been a big chunk play right there.
Bad spot for the Buccaneers here, 3rd and 10.
They do have all 3 timeouts.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they would. You're not going to punt it here, obviously. But you are in kind of an interesting spot of if you don't get it on 4th down, you can use all 3 timeouts to try to get the ball back one more time. But hopefully they just get the first down here and you don't have to deal with it. Got Egbuka out wide right. Evans at the numbers on the left. Baker's going to roll out to his right. He's throwing deep down the field for Egbuka. He drops it.
Yeah.
Oh, Emeka Egbuka with prime real estate. Can't hang on to the ball. That would have put the Bucs at the 30.
Wow, it would have been a huge chunk play. Again, a momentum for this offense. It was going to be a difficult catch, of course. Baker Mayfield on the run, making that pass. Beautiful pass also by Baker Mayfield. Just he can't bring it in. Hits him in the fingertips there. Just can't bring it down.
Yikes.
Wow, I know he's going to want that one back. Man.
So 4th and 10 for Tampa
Difficult.
Bay. Abuka's not happy with himself. Do or die situation.
Baker the squirrel.
Baker's got to step up. He's scrambling. Baker's got the first down, but he's looking for more. Mayfield leaps,
Up-tempo,
flips into the air, gets the first down. The drive is alive. 1:10 to go. Tick, 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 tick.
Don't call it. Yeah, I'm seeing timeout. Don't call a timeout yet. Just hurry up. Keep this game going.
1 minute to go. Bucs need a touchdown. They're down 19-14. Baker takes the snap.
Go outside.
Double team on the outside, looking for Ani. Gets the catch and gets out of bounds as well. Very important. Texans want the clock to keep rolling, but that makes no sense.
What a huge 4th down save by Baker Mayfield. Again, using his legs. We saw that last week against the Atlanta Falcons. Again, somehow Houdini, he just so much pressure around him, escapes. He has so much open room in the middle of the field. Man, took a decent hit right there, but was able to get up, keep going.
Friggin' flipped.
Yeah. Wow, Baker Mayfield, again, Baker the squirrel, keeping this game alive for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
All right, 2nd and 2, 52 seconds to go. Now time does become a factor.
Yeah, timeout by who? Okay, Houston Texans calling their timeout here, D'Amico Ryans. All right, 52 seconds, 2nd and 2, so very manageable there. How you feeling, Matt?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm wondering if Baker Mayfield can pull another rabbit out of his hat. Had the big touchdown last week with 59 seconds to go to Emeka Egbuka.
Yeah, Stan Glassman says Houston is tired, especially if you get a reception here, you may have to call timeout, but if you go up tempo, but they have still their 3 timeouts, so you might be able to use.
They have all 3 timeouts.
Yeah.
2nd and 2. They still do have around 55 yards to go.
I take a deep pass here. It's 2nd and 2.
Right.
Hit deep. You might get it, you might not get it, but then you're just in 3rd and 2nd unless you get sacked.
You got to take a shot at one point.
Yep.
Baker has time, dumps it off to Bucky, who makes a defender miss, gets inside the 30 and more. Bucky Irving's still going.
All right, he calls timeout.
I think you got to call a timeout here. You got 42 seconds.
Wow,
Bucky Irving with some great moves. I don't mind him not getting out of bounds because you need it. That was actually a deep shot, as it looks like the chain ripped off of Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Also, Grant Martin close to getting away with a hold there.
Well, Petrie has to come all the way back to try to make that tackle. Can't do it, of course. Bucky Irving.
Woo!
Wow, what a play. What an effort play also. Grant Barr got beat pretty badly, but luckily, you could have got a horse collar there also by
his chain ripped apart.
Yeah. They didn't call that. The dirty Texans.
42 seconds. Bucs have 2 timeouts. They trail 19-14. They are at the 25-yard line, so they are definitely in striking range. Baker looking, dumps it off to Bucky. Got to get out of bounds here.
Yep.
He gets out of bounds.
34 seconds.
34 seconds to go. It'll be 2nd and about 5. It's been a lot of Bucky Irving on this drive.
Yep.
Ideally, certainly you want to get a first down. Ideally, you'd like to get inside the 15 on this play. So then you can start taking shots at the end zone. I guess they're all
watch the blitz off here on the edge.
Snap goes. Baker throws over the middle. It's caught by Evans. Evans is tackled at the 8-yard line.
Hurry up.
I think
they're not going to call a timeout here. They got to hurry up.
You got 20 seconds to go. Bucs are inside the 8.
Snap it.
15 seconds to go.
Okay.
Baker looking. He's got on. He's out of bounds at the 2-yard line with 9 seconds to go.
Wow.
Folks, it is coming down to the wire. 9 seconds. Bucs trail 19-14.
Real quick,
Austin. So close to the end zone.
I would have called a timeout there because now you only got 9 seconds. So it just takes a little bit more time off. But let's see what happens.
They got to get this play going, though. They're not even lined up yet. You got 10 seconds on the play clock.
Yeah. 1-on-1, Mike Evans up top.
Hurry up.
Jr.
4.
What happened
3.
here?
I think the Bucs are calling a timeout.
Oh.
Either the Bucs or the Texans.
Yeah, okay. Texans timeout.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good for the Bucs because they were running out of time.
Yeah. Gives them a little bit more time, gather themselves, collect themselves.
They must not have liked the look that the Bucs had, especially with Baker under center as well.
Yeah.
But, man, we got drama. Absolute drama for the ending of this game.
Always drama, always an interesting game when the Buccaneers are out there. I know Bucs fans would want a blowout every single game, but these games are really interesting, especially when they go in the favor of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, what a drive. Bucky Irving's been huge. Rashad White's in the game now. And you got Evans alone to the left. Now Otten goes in motion. He'll go
in motion, yep.
Baker under center. Otten goes in motion to the right now. They're going to run it with Rashad White up the middle, and he's in!
Wow.
He's in! Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Rashad White punches it in, and the Bucs take the lead again.
Wow.
They're up 20-19 with 6 seconds to go. The Bucs are going to go for 2 to make it a 3-point game. Holy moly!
Wow.
The Bucs pull it off
celebrate
late in the game.
Wow.
Oh,
man, that might have sealed the game right there. They're going to go for the 2-point conversion now. Wow, what a drive there by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What a drive also by Josh Fazard. Again, his second time ever calling plays, was able to get the Buccaneers down the field and close it off with a run up the middle by Rashad White. What a drive for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Insane.
Incredible. The Bucs have regained the lead.
Man. So much drama, but again, you love these games, especially when it goes in favor for Bucs fans in favor of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What a drive, man!
Now a crucial 2-point conversion. Because again,
now even if you miss here, what was CJ Stroud have to do? Throw a Hail Mary down the field, which is a low percentage play.
Right. Baker looking, he's gonna throw it in the end zone. Incomplete. So Bucs are up 20-19.
Yep. Troy, fire the cannons. If we were back in Tampa next week, the home opener for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the New York Jets, you're probably gonna hear a lot of cannon fire. But wow, what a drive there. They don't get the 2-point conversion, of course, but again, 6 seconds of the clock. Houston Texans only have 1 timeout. This has to be like, you do some kind of short play.
Right. Well,
time, but then Hail Mary down the field.
First thing is, what do you do? Do you try to incite a return? Do you just kick it out of bounds?
I wouldn't.
Seconds and a timeout. If you kick it out of bounds and you give them the ball at the 40.
Oh, at the 40, yeah.
They could hypothetically, again, Fairbairn's got a big leg. You could hypothetically get a quick 59. Shot, timeout with a second left, and then try to kick like a 65-yarder.
Yeah, 59 is his longest, but
right.
I mean, they're indoors.
Exactly. What a drive by the Bucs. Baker Mayfield, masterful with the game on the line. A huge scramble.
Yeah. Wow.
Bucky Irving, big on that last drive. Rashad White punches it in at the end. Here's Chase McLaughlin, kicks it.
You're going to give them the return here.
Texans going to have a chance to return.
Yeah.
3 seconds.
Oh, but it runs out the clock.
2 seconds. 1 second, and that's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's the game.
Wow.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers win the game and go 2-0 to begin the season. What a masterful drive by Baker Mayfield and the Bucs offense. They take the lead with 6 seconds to go and hold on. Primetime problems, no more. The Bucs win on Monday Night Football. They're 2-0. And they have their home opener next week against the New York Jets. They'll be wearing the 1976 throwback uniforms. What a thrilling game here this evening. So we only have one more video to play.
The last time the Buccaneers beat the Houston Texans was in 2003. Now, 22 years later, they finally beat the Houston Texans again, go 2-5 all time against them, and they win again on prime time, like you stated. What
Chris
a game.
Law with a $1.99 super chat says they handed this game away in every way possible. Who cares? Win is a win, and you could still learn a lot by winning.
Better learn from a win
game.
than a loss.
So the Bucs are 2-0. They stay atop of the NFC South. They stay undefeated. And what an awesome game. Folks, we're not done yet. Scott and I are going to have the Pewter post-game show coming up in a little bit. So Bucs that's the Falcons. But the Texans, we got that post-game coming up in a little bit, probably around 10:30, 10:45. But that's going to do it for us on the Pewter Game Day Show. If you're not already doing so, please follow us on all of our social media on X, Facebook, and Instagram. We're at Pewter Report, and our YouTube channel is Pewter Report TV. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment as well. Tell us how you're feeling after the Bucs won this game 20-19. All right, thanks everyone for watching. For Daniel Morales, I'm Matt Matera saying thanks everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you next week for another edition of the Pewter Game Day Show. Out.
Peace.